There, can you see my picture now? Can you hear me now? Remember that commercial? Can you hear me now? Oh, you're so nice, Cherokee. Oh, good, good. You can hear me now. This StreamYard thing is only my second time using it, so I have to, play around a little bit. Sorry, I was off to a rocky start, but here we are. Here we are. There we go. There we go. Oh, I don't know what that was. That's not what I meant to put up there. I put up somebody can come and talk with me. Hang on. Hang on. Here we go. I think that's the one. That's the one. Hi, Indigo. Oh, I'm glad you came. Thanks for coming. Click on the link. Come up and talk to me. A special guest. Be my special guest. Hey, Janet. Fox and Faye. Oh, you're making pumpkin cookies. Oh, I see. Sounds good, though. Throw some this way. Can you throw them all the way to Canada? Hi, Krista. Hi, how are you doing? Oh, Cherokee. She's such a nice girl. She gives people, she memberships people. I love it. She's such a good girl. She's my best friend. Aren't you, Cherokee girl? Oh, I know. I wish I pumpkin. You know what? My favorite's like pumpkin pie, pumpkin lattes. Oh my God. Yeah, I could go for those. Hey, Cherokee girl. I think I lost Fox and Faye. I haven't heard her in a bit. Krista, you're from Wisconsin? Oh, cool. Green Bay Packers, you know it. My team. Even though I'm in Canada, it's my team. Oh, Fox and Faye got the membership, Cherokee. Cool. You make pumpkin mush? Oh, and you freeze it for baking. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I never think about that. You get a pumpkin at Halloween time, you gut the thing, and then when it's over, they go to the farms and feed the deers and stuff. That's what we do here anyway. Did you guys see Gypsy's weight loss journey? She lost 25 pounds and she gained 6 inches. Don't we all wish we could do that? You're dishing out food for your boys? Let me guess, you got dogs? Oh, everybody's cooking today. Pumpkin soup. Wow. You'll have to send me the recipe for that one. Never heard of that one before. No, in the UK, they're not big on pumpkins. We got quite a few here. I mean, they're not that expensive either because we got a lot of pumpkin farms. And the kids go up there Halloween time, go pick their own pumpkins and stuff like that. We got a lot of those here. And apple orchards. Oh my God, we got apple orchards for days. Oh, you're feeding your poor kids. Sorry. I have 2 male cats and I call them my boys. So I just automatically think when people say my boys, they're talking about their pets. That's hilarious. You don't have many orchards? I love the orchards. We got apple, cherry, peach, and what's the other one? I'm sure there's another one. And then there's strawberry and raspberry farms like all over the damn place. But you got to get those when they're in season. They go bad real fast. Oh, that's cool. Feed the pumpkins to the zoo animals. That's a good idea. It's a nice treat for them. They love it. You know who loves pumpkin? You'll never believe it. Polar bears. They love pumpkin. Hey, Banana. How are you? Hey, Sizzle. See you. Oh, you have 4 boys on the autistic spectrum? Wow, that's a lot of work, girl. A lot of work. My hand's held up to you, girl. Hey, Alice, you dropped by. Good. I'm glad to see you. Wow, we got all the big names here. We got Indigo, Cherokee Girl. We got, hang on now, Janet, and we got Alice. And oh, wow, we're doing good. And here I was thinking, oh my God, probably nobody's going to show up to my live. I was so scared nobody was going to show up to the live. If anybody wants to jump up and come and talk with me, you can. I'll send the link. If you don't want to, that's up to you. I'm not going to put nobody on the spot. There we go. I know Alice can't, but she's here in the chat, so that's good. I appreciate that a lot. Hey, Mika. Micah or Mika? Yeah, Cherokee Girl got banned. Hi, Donna. How are you? I see you. All my favorite girls are here. God, I couldn't ask for a better day. See, some people like, what's his name? I'm going brain fart again. Morbid. He has like 800 people in his chat. You know what? I'm just happy having like 10 best people that I talk to all the time. And I'm good. I don't need 800 people. I'm good. Either is fine with you, Mika. I like Mika. Sounds nice. Micah sounds more like a guy's name, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Mika would be M-Y. Micah M-I. I don't know. Hi, Helen. How are you? Thanks for dropping by. Oh, the football drafts today? I usually watch the hockey one. I like to see where they're all from when they get up there, you know? Oh, you think so, Indigo? I don't know if my channel will be big enough for 800, but I'm happy, like, just having the few, the ones I talk to all the time. I'm happy about that. That's it, you know? Can't ask for more. Can't ask for more. At least I can talk with you guys, not like Gypsy. She just wants you to send gifts. She just sits there and tries to flick her hair, and somebody send her what do they got? Galaxies and stuff like that. Oh, thanks, Mika. You're nice. You're a nice darling. I hope so too. One day. But that's it. Who got a 24-hour ban? Another one? I know Cherokee Girl said she got one, but she said a few more got one too. Did you see that she put the before and after picture of her weight loss? She said she lost 25 pounds. And then you see her walking into the mall and she looks exactly like she did before she was pregnant. Nothing changed. Nothing. The toothbrush gang. I love that, Tiffany. Oh my God, that's a classic. Toothbrush gang. I love it. No, you don't see too many galaxies anymore. And like I was saying, you know what? I think sometimes her family sends them to her and then she just repays them for it afterwards. But then again, you know what? TikTok keeps some of that, don't they? Does she go live on TikTok or does she go live on Instagram? Yeah, her photos are all AI. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Hey, Kathleen. Glad you could make it. I tried to give everybody enough warning that I was going live today because I wasn't sure if I was going to or not. But I said, why not? What else are we going to do on this rainy day, right? Yeah, I think it's TikTok too that she goes live because that's where she gets all the gifts. I don't know if Instagram has the same kind of thing. I don't know. I'm going to see something here. Oh, thank you, Janet. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, thank you so much. You're a darling. You really are. She's one of my OGs, Janet. Janet, Cherokee girl, and Mystic Brady, but she's not here on my chat today, but she's one of my OGs too. And Donna, my OG. Laura. Hey Laura, how are you? The country life of chicken lady. Oh, that's so cool. I love your name. I love it. Oh, Kathleen's a new member. Yeehaw. We got another new member. Beautiful. Helen, all the way from Scotland. Wow. I know that flag anywhere. You know that? You could show me, like, I maybe know a handful of flags in the whole world, but that one I know. That one I know. You guys got a nice flag. We got a leaf. We got a freaking leaf. Rose red, rose red, rose red, rose red, rose red. Oh, Cherokee Girls gifting memberships again, guys. Get them while they're hot. She does it every live. I love her for that. She's so good. She's just, like, she helps everybody out. I love that. You don't see too much of that anymore these days. Yeah, we're all a bunch of Scottish, Irish, English, you name it. We got it. Heinz 57. I'm a Heinz 57, I think. I got a little bit of German in me too. From a great grandfather or something. Poppy Sunflower, you're back. Into the Weeds podcast. Hi, how are you? Well, there's a big name. Indigo, Alice, Into the Weeds podcast, Cherokee Girl. Wow, I am honored. I'm so honored. Thank you for showing up in my live. Hang on, I'm going to try to send a link if anybody wants to come up and chat. There's the link. Hi, Lolly. How are you? Into the Weeds. You going to come up? Come up and talk to me. I mean, I can talk to the wall, but I mean, I'm good talking in the chat too. But it's nice when you can talk to like somebody one-on-one. We're talking about Gypsy and her weight loss. Her 25 pounds that she lost and her 6 inches that she gained. And that little run she did to the mall today with Ken, or yesterday, whatever it was. I saw it this morning when I got up, the video of her and Ken going to the mall. They're walking their baby doll in the carriage. Your dad was born in Ireland, your mother in Germany? Yeah, it sounds like a bar joke, eh? You're destined to be an alcoholic. Well, then you know what, girl? Me too. Me too. Hi, Life's Journey. Oh, thank you so much. Teresa, Malibu. Hi, guys. Diana at Malibu Sky Music. Where's Sky Music? Oh, Malibu Sky Music. Okay. I didn't even see the Sky Music, just saw Malibu. Shorty Pie. He showed up. Thank you. Thank you. That carriage was probably empty. Probably was. No, she had her doll in there. She has to take it out for air every now and then. It's going to stink. No, Gypsy can't run. She hobbles. Oh my God. Oh my God. My cat is laying on my lap and he had a nightmare and jumped 10 feet right on me. Oh my God. Scared the crap out of me. Don't do that. Your days on the outside on the roads are done. Don't be worried. Nobody's chasing you. Oh my God. Scared the living daylights out of me. Oh, yeah, Cherokee Girl is from the Army, right? Cherokee Girl, are you from the Army or the Navy? Yeah, I know. What you know what that wailing baby video though, that's so sketch because for one, a lot of people didn't think that the voice matched up with the way the baby was breathing. So people think that she was probably videotaped that beforehand and then added the crying afterwards. Knowing Gypsy, I wouldn't put it past her. I would not put it past her. Oh, the Marine. Oh my gosh, you're a Marine. Woohoo. Nice. I salute you. I have a cousin that was in the Navy. He was a cook on a submarine. And he just retired not long ago. No, that baby was not crying from colic. That baby was crying from a pinch on the leg or the arm or something. But I don't think the crying and the baby's breathing matched up. It didn't match up. And you can't trust anything that comes out of Gypsy's mouth. You can't even trust her videos because even though you see it with your own eyes, it's still hard to believe. Well, we got a lot of service people. So her husband's a Marine. She was a Marine. Somebody else said they had an uncle that was a Marine. I think that was Janet. Yeah, no natural movement in that baby. You know how when babies cry like that, sometimes they hiccup, sometimes they cough, their breathing is labored, but none of that. I saw none of that. And they're usually kicking their arms and their legs and stuff like that. I saw none of that either. No. Yeah, Photoshop. Well, her weight loss thing is photoshopped for sure. For sure, for sure. Yep, she is. I agree with you, Mika. I agree with you. Hi, Debbie. I'm glad you made it. Well, she knows Bree. Bree knows all about photoshopping and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? So all she has to do is throw a few videos at Bree and tell her do this or do that with it, and it's exactly what'll happen. She'll do it and then she brings it back and look what we get. We get Gypsy photoshopped in front of a door that looks sketchy as hell. She didn't lose any weight. She didn't lose a pound. She's so full of lies. Does she think nobody's going to see her out in public after posting that she's this tall, skinny chick now? Like, seriously? Ash. Are you talking about the other girl, Ash? Who are you talking about? I don't know how this parole board is not on top of her. I really don't. I don't know. Here in Canada, she's back in prison by now. Yeah, I saw that where Gypsy was drinking from the baby bottle. That was hilarious. I mean, some people know how to do these things. I wish I knew. They're hilarious. Hey, Steffi, how are you? I know, exactly. She thinks we're all like a few fries short of a Happy Meal, but we're not. And more brains we stick together. Oh, you're in the backstage? Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming for you. There you
Hello.
are. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well. If you guys hear my dog, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I just had a cat jump 10 feet in the air on top of me, so we're good. So how are you?
I'm well. I've been with my sisters the last week, so I've been having a really good week.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
You and your sister close, like in age?
One is a few years older than me, and one is a few years younger.
Oh, you're the middle one.
Yes.
I'm the baby of 3 girls.
There's actually 6 of us all together. We're all stepsisters, but
Oh, hey, it don't matter.
yeah, exactly.
You click, right? Doesn't matter if you're by blood or not.
Exactly, and I've known them since I was very small, so it's we're brothers and sisters.
That's it. Brady Bunch, right?
Yeah, we're sisters, and then I got a brother as well. So, I never actually jump on anybody's live. This is a rarity for me. So,
Oh, I'm glad you picked me. I'm honored. Oh my God. Seriously, this is only the second time I've gone live.
oh, really?
Yeah. I had to figure out how to use StreamYard. And
Yes,
I'm
it's
not the most technical person in the world. When I started on YouTube, all I knew was how to videotape myself. That's it. So everything I know up till now, I've taught myself.
awesome.
That and YouTube videos.
Yeah, I teach veterans how to do all of this stuff. So, I'm learning as I go.
Oh, that's cool. So we're in the same boat there.
Yeah.
So do you guys you talk about Gypsy a lot too, eh?
Um, actually, on my show, I don't really talk about Gypsy a whole lot. I try to separate my channel from Gypsy as much as possible, just because people are so crazy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So,
I've
yeah, I
got
just
viewers here in the chat that have said they've been banned from commenting because of them.
oh, yeah. See,
Yeah.
I don't like know any of the side characters and stuff like that. Like,
Mm.
I don't know who anybody is, and so even today, I found a channel that, had renamed themselves, and I didn't know who they were, and so I put it in my Discord, and I was like, "Hey, I've never seen this before," and then I find out that it was somebody who just renamed themselves, and
Some people have to do that. Well, Bree had to start a whole new TikTok because her other one got banned.
yes.
So now she's Bree with the Facts 2, if anybody wants to know.
Oh,
I think she also has Bree with the Facts 3 as well. So, I mean, between her and Gypsy, they own TikTok.
okay.
They've got more freaking channels than I don't know what.
I don't pay attention to either one of them, and honestly, I don't even know what Gypsy's actual name is on TikTok.
I think she just goes by her own name, Gypsy. But when she goes undercover, it can be anything
Oh,
sugar
okay.
pie or cinnamon twist. I don't know. But I don't, she picks these weird names. And then she comes on, tries to defend herself under these names and say, I'm not Gypsy. And well, yeah, we know you're Gypsy. No problem.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Gypsy's not the only one who does it.
No, she's not. But she's sneaky.
Yes.
Yeah, she's very sneaky. So we were talking about those pictures that she put up this morning of her weight loss.
I guess I haven't seen
So
them.
Yeah, there's before and after. If I knew how to put it up now, I would, but I'm scared I'm going to disconnect myself from all this.
Hold on, let me look.
She has a before and after. A before when she was in that white dress, I think. Remember the white outfit,
Mm-hmm.
top bottom dress, whatever. And then afterwards, standing in front of the door with these pants on and a little top, and
Oh,
she's almost as tall as the door,
are you
which we all
talking?
know.
Are you talking about the one that's like super edited with like the
Yes,
vest?
yes,
Okay,
that one.
let me see if I can find it.
It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
I don't I don't pay enough attention to her. Hold on. I honestly don't. I only got involved in this Gypsy Rose thing because of my cousin being incarcerated. In you have to add it to the screen.
Oh, okay. How do I do that?
So you just go down and I put a box there and you should just be able to put add. There you go.
Oh,
Oh,
whoops. I put it and then I removed it. Okay, there we go. That's
yeah.
the one. So this is the before and after pictures of Gypsy. It's funny she lost 25 pounds, but her hair didn't change a bit.
Yeah.
You know,
Um
and
I
then
don't
she's
like
saying she wants to give people pointers.
yeah, I don't like to talk about like people's weight and looks and stuff like that, but what I will say is that everything I have seen, it looks like everything is photoshopped. And so she probably did lose some weight, but I don't think that she lost 25 pounds.
No, no, she didn't lose any actually, because there's another a recent video of her and Ken walking into a mall. And I saw
Mhm.
this thing first thing this morning, but I don't know if it was taken yesterday or when, but she looks exactly the same as she did before she got pregnant.
Yeah, and she's also, from what it looks like, is wearing some kind of Spanx or a girdle or something.
I don't know. She's dressed like the Waltons. She's got this long, like flowery dress on, like something you would
Hey,
never think Gypsy would wear.
hey, I like that kind of stuff. That's my vibe. But yeah, it doesn't. She's so short and her body's
Hey,
so
look, I don't
awkward.
say nothing against a big baggy dress because I freaking love them. Okay. You throw them on over your head, you go do your shop and whatever and come home. But I'm not in the public eye. I'm not the one everybody's looking at.
True.
You know what I mean? Don't put this stuff out there if you are not true to yourself. I mean, yes, I use filters for my face, but I don't hide my body. If
Hmm.
anybody wants to see my body, I don't care. And I know people who are overweight and have struggles like that. I have a autistic sister who is quite overweight and she has a hernia in her belly button and she needs to lose 30 pounds before she can get it operated on.
Uh,
Now, do you think we can get her to lose a weight? No, no, no friggin' way. She
yeah,
loves her food too much. It's too hard.
it
So when
is
she
hard to
says
lose
stuff
weight.
like, yeah, so when she says stuff like that, she's putting out false hope for people.
I I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. And the fact that she has a lot of people, especially younger people, paying attention to what she says and does.
Yes.
Um, it's dangerous at the least,
Yeah.
and she shouldn't speak about things like that.
No. Because like I said, she's putting false hope out there for people. And then people that can't do it want to go to things like Ozempic and whatnot. And it's dangerous,
Hmm.
in my opinion, because a lot of things have come out about that drug here lately.
Oh yeah,
Apparently it
definitely.
makes your bones weak and stuff. And oh,
Yeah, I would never try anything like that, just because I have bad adverse reactions to medications.
mm,
So if it can go wrong, it will go wrong with me.
oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. I've got like 12 antibiotics that I'm allergic to.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I've never heard of anybody being allergic to antibiotics.
Oh yeah, yeah. My dad, he didn't know he was allergic to penicillin, and then over the years, I guess it builds up in the body, the tolerance level,
Yeah.
And one time he got sick and they gave him penicillin and he almost died. And I've heard that
Oh,
happen to several people.
wow.
So,
Wow. Well, my
yeah.
sister had a boyfriend who was allergic to penicillin. That's true.
Hmm.
But antibiotics, I haven't really heard anybody who's been allergic to antibiotics. So that's kind of wild.
Yeah, I'm allergic to antibiotics and then pretty much anything to eat.
Are you serious? Are you allergic to food too?
Yeah, I deal with it just because I like the food, but my whole life I've been extremely sick. So, and they've always tried to figure out what it was. And when I got into the VA system, I kept trying to ask them to do foot allergy tests on me, and they would never do it. So, 26 years after getting into the VA system, they finally test my allergies, and I have alpha gal syndrome,
Uh-huh.
and that's where I'm allergic to all mammal products.
Oh,
So, like beef, pork,
yeah.
lamb, anything like that. I'm also allergic to gluten and spinach and potatoes and tree
Potatoes.
nuts.
Not potatoes. My God, if we don't have potatoes at every meal here, my mother will batties.
I know. And I'm
Mm,
Scottish and Irish and English.
exactly. Yeah, me too. Same thing. Potatoes is like our staple,
Yes. So
so
I eat it and I get sick. So if I
oh,
don't eat it, then I won't get sick.
wow. That sucks.
Mhm.
So there's something like there's got to be something that you could eat like that replaces potatoes.
Rice.
Just rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you can do like a mashed cauliflower too.
Yes, I could do something like that. And we
Yeah,
do. We do eat a lot of stuff like that.
yeah. Well, damn. I'm sorry about that, buddy, but sorry, I didn't mean to call you buddy, but my mind's just racing here. What would you eat if you were allergic to all this stuff? I'm just like, I don't know. And
Yeah,
I'm not like
and
the biggest eater in the world. I like food, but I don't eat to live. I don't live to eat. I eat to live.
yeah, and I don't like food right now either because I have gastroparesis as well.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so it makes me nauseous all the time.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's really hard to eat.
so you must live off of soup or something.
Uh, well, like I said, I eat when I'm not supposed to, but when I'm actually trying to follow that diet, I eat a lot of vegetables that I can eat, and then
Hmm.
rice and chicken. And I have like a weird thing with chicken, so
Wow. Well,
yeah,
yeah. Nowadays, chicken, you're never sure if it's good to eat or not because
right.
there's always something coming out about chickens. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So it's like, well, that leaves you with what? Duck and turkey, I guess.
Yeah,
Unless you like the smaller birds like quail and stuff. But I not too many people I know actually eat quail.
yeah. It's hard to find at the grocery store.
Yeah, it's not this side of the world's not big on that. I think in England they're big on quails,
Hmm.
but not here. Here it's like, well, I don't know. I don't even see duck that much.
No, not really.
It's turkey and chicken,
Even
basically. And
lamb.
then, oh, lamb's big here.
Well,
My mom's
lamb's
got a
hard to
leg of
find here.
lamb. I got a leg of lamb for tomorrow night.
Yes. And actually, I was surprised when I went to the grocery store and saw a whole leg of lamb. But yeah,
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Cherokee girl. She just
she
gifted another membership.
she's so kind.
She is kind. I love her.
And
I
thank you,
love-
Cherokee, for wishing me a happy 25th.
Oh my gosh, happy birthday.
No, no, anniversary.
Oh, happy 25th anniversary then.
Thank you.
My birthday's on Monday.
Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Easter Monday. It's very rare that my birthday falls around Easter.
Hmm.
Like my mother's birthday's on the 10th, and it's usually her birthday that we have to work around.
Hmm.
But this year it got way down the mine, and my granddaughter's birthday is the same day as mine.
Mm.
So now it's not even just about me anymore. She's only 4 years old, so yeah, it's all about her.
As it should
Oh,
be.
thanks, Janet. Thanks, guys. Thanks. You're so kind. So it's my birthday and her 25th anniversary. We're celebrating. Where's the wine? I need some wine. All I got is pop.
So, what else do you talk about here? Just Gypsy or?
Well, when I'm on live, I'll talk about anything. It doesn't really matter much. I mean, but
Mhm.
my channel is mainly Gypsy.
Okay.
Um, because that's how I started off. When I started reading stuff from content creators about Gypsy and the stuff that she was trying to pull off on people, it made me mad. So
Mhm.
I said, I got to start a channel. I says, I don't care if nobody watches, at least it gets it out there. And I started getting a whole bunch of, you know, followers and stuff. And I was like, wow, this is great. So,
Mhm.
and the more I watched, the more angrier I got. So, 1 + 1 is 2, and here we are.
Yeah.
But we're
Yeah.
thinking to change it up now soon too, so
What are you thinking
we're gonna
about?
well, I'm gonna go with another, murder mystery kind of thing.
Okay.
Um, real true crime. I can't talk. True crime. And, see how it goes. Like, I did introduce a little bit of, Paul Bernardo and, God, brain fart again, Carla Homolka,
Oh, okay.
the
Okay.
Barbie and Ken killers here in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But see,
And
he's still in jail. Yeah, he's still in jail. He's sitting there rotting away while she's, living her best life over there in Quebec with her kids and new husband. So,
on the
it-
PTA at one point, I think, or something like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about the people in Quebec, though, is they'll follow her. There's nowhere she can move to in Quebec that nobody knows where she is because everybody always knows where she's at.
Mhm.
So there's no way that she tried dyeing her hair. She tried changing her name. Nothing worked. Everybody knew where she was at all times. So
Mhm.
just going to put it out there. If Gypsy's thinking about doing that, it ain't going to work. But I
Mhm.
don't think she will because she likes the spotlight too much.
Yeah,
You
and
know
I
what I
think
mean?
that's why I continue to speak about her because if you go back, I was initially praying for her because I didn't know anything about her.
Yeah, I think we all
And
were at some point. Yeah.
so I just knew the very basic facts of like she had her mom killed by her boyfriend. She was in a wheelchair. Her mom uh, abused her, and she met celebrities. Is basically all I really knew.
Yeah.
And so when she started talking about wanting to meet Taylor Swift, that's when the red flags started flying for me because I was like, okay, she's just going right back into the same old, same old.
Yeah. Yeah. She loves the limelight. She thinks
Mhm.
she's a celebrity
She really
because
does.
when she got out of prison, she had this mass following. So it went right to her head really fast. And I think, what's her name? Melissa Moore did not
Mhm.
help because she's the one that helped start up all these social media accounts for her before she even left prison.
Mhm.
And
Well,
then,
actually, I think it was Rachel Garlick and
her
Ryan
too.
Anderson.
And Ryan. Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
See, that's why when she's tried to say the other time there when she was having her baby that her TikTok account got hacked.
Mhm.
And everybody was saying they weren't sure they were going to give it back to her because apparently that TikTok account didn't start off with her name. So they set it up in either one of their names and just put her name as the heading kind of thing.
Mhm.
And so when it got hacked, like felons not allowed to have a TikTok account. It's part of their what do you call it? I can't talk. Part of their thing, the thing that you're allowed and you're not allowed to do on TikTok. And you're not allowed to be a felon on TikTok. And here she is. But
Oh.
nothing gets done about it. Nothing ever gets done about it. She must have broke a million parole violations since she's been out,
Mhm.
and nothing gets done about it. And if that was
So,
anybody else, they'd be in jail right now.
yeah, and Mika said she was on Inside Edition back in the early 90s. I don't know if she's talking about Gypsy or not, but I believe that Gypsy was pretty much already on her way to celebrity status in some form or fashion before she even killed her mother. In the fact that everybody in that area already knew who she was, they liked
Yeah, but
her.
that was all for sympathy, though.
Yeah, but she was
Yeah,
still she still had some kind of celebrity
yeah,
status.
yeah.
And so I think it just never quit for her. I believe that she just went from, that to prison to right back out to doing the same thing. I don't think that there was ever like a change in her mentality or anything like that.
No, I don't think so either.
Hmm.
Welcome up, Malibu.
Hello.
How are you? Can you hear me? What happened? Malibu.
Hi, I was on mute. Hello, ladies.
Oh,
Good
sorry.
morning. Good
Hi,
morning.
how are
I,
you?
I'm okay. Nice to meet you in person. I've been watching you for a long time. Into the Woods, I don't know your channel yet, but some of the people like Cherokee Girl, Indigo, some people I know their channels and I've been watching, tuning in, trying to get all the info. I'm going to make it quick. I don't want to take over your show, but I knew nothing about this up until a few months ago. I avoid true crime because I can't stand hearing about these heinous murders because it literally plays like a film in my head and I can't get away from it and I can see exactly what happened and it's very bad. But when I
Hmm.
heard about this injustice, it was like, no, I have to get involved. I have to get involved. Something has to be done about this. So where I'm coming from is, how do we like mass go after Lifetime, like making phone calls, I don't know, sending emails, I think it's ringing their phone off the hook, or the district attorney or the prosecutor. There's all these key figures that are responsible for what has happened, for the injustice here. And I know there was one petition, but I just feel there's more proactive stuff that with this community that is really quite large, we should be out there screaming from the rooftops because this has to be. I don't know if it's a retrial. She was never tried for the crime. So when they say
Yeah,
double jeopardy, there is no double jeopardy.
yeah,
She has never been. She must be tried for her crime. And the other
yeah.
guy, and she, and now with the FOIA releases, the lies and inconsistencies in the books, and it's clear as day. So there's no lawyer out there that wants to do the right thing and get some good PR also if they went up against this thing. But I've been an activist my whole life, so I want action steps. What can I do? What can I do to make a difference? And I
Well,
really
there
know.
is a
I mean,
petition. There is a petition. If you go to Alice under Alice, oh my God, what's wrong with my tongue today? Alice under, I want to say Wonderland so bad, but it's not.
Alice down the rabbit hole.
There you go. Thank you. She's got a petition on her channel to
I have.
get Gypsy for all the violations of her parole.
Right, that's one thing. I have that posted on my community. But I'm
Yeah,
saying, how do we really light a fire under the guy that wouldn't do the right thing because he was running for office? Whatever it is, it's like if I put my head on it, I can start coming up with game plans of how to address it. But I'm thinking that's great. The petition is wonderful, but we need to do more because
yeah,
what we're doing now, and I'm not against it because this is the information I love. I love the way you guys create the and like Indigo is amazing and all that. We need to not just be watching this go on, though. We need to actively try to she's got to go back to prison. This is wrong. It is
yeah, I
wrong.
know.
It's immoral. And that guy sitting over there now in that way. And I don't know what his life should look like. Maybe there's a place where he could live, where he would get supervision or something like that. I don't know. I can't speak to that, but it's not right. Charles Manson, as we know, he did not kill one person, but he planned it. He told them where to go. Hello, he sat in prison till he died. She's out. running around, living her best life, getting pregnant, cheating on. This woman has no shame. She has no integrity. She's a complete and total liar. It gets, I mean, everybody knows how frustrating it gets watching this crap. And now a baby's involved. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So
Yeah,
I'm sure that CPS is getting rung off the hook. I'm pretty sure of that.
I'm pretty sure they are, and I'm pretty sure her parole officer as well. But it
Well,
seems like they're just trying to wait it out until June, and then they're gonna like let her go.
I don't
Oh,
know.
we
I mean,
lost into the weeds.
I feel like a person, this is my experience in life. People that do stuff and they don't own it and they don't say they're sorry, they are destined to repeat the same thing again.
Oh,
She
for sure.
has no remorse. She is a ticking time bomb. I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, first of all, Parker, the dog, really concerned about the dog.
I
The way she
know.
complains, the Harrier, the Harrier. I mean, what is wrong with this person? She is a psychopath. People,
She is.
often refer to her as a sociopath. I mean, she
Oh
may
yeah.
have asked, but she is a full-fledged psychopath.
Yeah, she
And
is.
she will harm someone again, probably get somebody to do it for her because that's the way she operates. I don't know. Although, just like I said, I don't want to take it over, but you understand, I have not been involved in this, and I'm getting ready to make a channel solely devoted to this, not because I want clicks or any of that, because I want justice. We all, I think, are in the same boat.
Yeah.
Pissed off. And now she has a freaking. She is a detriment to society, and she's acting like nothing happened. She
Yeah, I
acts like
know.
nothing happened. Most of us, most of the people I've met, we believe she did the crime. There's the post-mortem wounds. There's the date that and there's hours that went by that Nick couldn't get in touch with her. And she says, I made
Hmm.
peace with my mother. Well, how did you make peace with your mother? Beating her to death beating her with your knuckles
With her own
first.
hands. Yep. Yep.
Yes. And
I
how they
believe
let
that
her,
too.
I mean, where they didn't ask her, why are your hands like that?
You know what?
What
They took it. They took her the sympathy right away when it came to what all the health problems that she had. Even though they knew she could walk, they still weren't sure if she didn't have the cancer, if she didn't have all these other things wrong with her. So they were still treating her with kitten gloves. You know what I mean? And I
well,
think in the
look,
end, when the lawyers said, "Look, we're going to go after the guy because she's just a sickly little girl, and we want the guy." You know? And that's how that
but
ended up like that. And the
I have internet issues. I might cut out.
story.
I
Yeah,
missed
it's
part
the
of what you
lawyer
said.
that started that. The lawyer started all that.
Right, and he
He
should
tried
lose
to make
his law license too, because he said,
oh, he
"Well,
should.
we didn't know where we were going to go with it, and until we came up with the Munchausen by proxy thing." This is just ridiculous. And then she's actually showing signs of doing the Munchausen by proxy. If that's a real baby, that baby was pinched or something. The arm was red. Uh, she is dangerous to the baby, to the
Well,
dog.
that's even stating that that baby was even crying because that baby and the sounds that it was making didn't match. The breathing the
Yeah.
baby was making, the arms weren't flailing, legs weren't flailing, nothing was doing anything. But this crying was like this baby should be like freaking the hell out.
Hmm.
And it didn't look
I
that
don't.
way.
True,
So we're
true, and
thinking,
I hope it isn't a baby. I really hope it isn't. But
I
if it
think she
is,
did that. She did that for Ken. Nobody else. She did that for Ken because he went away
well,
and she wanted to say, look, I'm here alone with the baby. Look what I got to deal with. Meanwhile, it wasn't that at all. You know what I
well,
mean?
look, Ken should Ken is going to get a Lorena Bobbitt treatment at some point, or he's going to. I mean,
That,
what do you have to do? Sleep with a gun under your pillow and one eye open? I would be in a room with the door closed. Locked. I don't even. I wouldn't even. I wouldn't be in a house with that woman. And I think Mia is also in danger. Anyone she's jealous of,
well, Mia
she's a
doesn't live
psycho.
there. Yeah, Mia doesn't
Oh,
live
good.
there. Yeah, so it's just Gypsy and her parents. I mean, they should sleep with an eye open too, because a lot of people here in the chat are saying the same thing that she will recommit, but she's going
Yep.
to wait till she's off parole. Because if she does it while she's on parole, she'll probably be gone forever. You know what I mean?
He's already hearing all these things on parole that are violations, and just nothing's happening. So whoever oversees the court, like I'm just looking for names of people that I can start calling, and I will
Oh,
start
gee.
ringing folks off the hook, saying, the facts of the case are out. The FOIA, it's clear as day. You don't have to be a detective to figure this out. I mean,
No.
it is so clear. This woman is a cold-blooded murderer,
Do
period.
you
She
have the
has,
FOIA papers?
pardon?
Do you have the
No,
FOIA papers?
I do
Well, I
not, but
have
I
them. I have them. And what I did was I went to the very last page and started working my way up from the last page. And if you go about 5 pages up from the last page, it states that Nick did not have a fair trial, that a lot of things weren't brought into evidence where it should have been.
yeah.
A lot of things were said that it should not have been said. And it states that at the end of the FOIA papers.
And she perjured herself too. But
Oh, she
it's like,
perjured her big time.
do you know about them? I think they're called the Memphis Three. These young guys, they killed two little boys, and Johnny Depp,
Yes.
Eddie Vedder, and the Dixie Chicks. They got that guy out. I don't remember the main one, his name, but then he and Johnny Depp and Marilyn Manson, they all have matching tattoos. It's so evil. Okay,
Really?
like that. Yes, it's another
I
case.
didn't
It's
think
just
that
horrible.
Johnny Depp was that bad a guy.
I do now. After
Do
that,
you?
I love him. I love, like, I don't have crushes on celebrities anymore since I was a kid, but
Yeah, me
I
too.
loved Johnny Depp. I just thought he was
Yeah,
gorgeous and
me
such a great
too.
actor, so wonderful. And then I read too much about him, his relationship with Hunter Thompson, and all these other things, and I just find I think he's evil. Sorry to anybody that likes him.
That's weird. Because I mean,
So
I never read
why
any of those things from him, but
we'll go look
hang on.
into that, and everybody should that doesn't know about it, because it makes no sense. People change their stories because they were paid off, most likely. But back to the gypsy thing, we've got to be able to find a council that will put it together and go after this. Like, there's got to be a way. I don't know. I want to start I guess it's Missouri, the Missouri court system. I don't know. I'm just going to start making phone calls and
Yeah,
questioning people. But we need, it's everybody did it. Could you imagine? There's thousands of people now. There's got to be thousands.
yeah.
If Morbid gets like 900 people in his chat
Hmm.
regularly, guys, there's
Exactly.
got to be thousands of people that know what's gone on and that want her tried. Okay. And night convos, they found the stipulation of how she can be tried, the name for it. Okay. So she can be tried, she should be tried. Nicholas should have a retrial.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure.
And
I mean, like,
if
I'm in
she,
Canada, so I don't know all the ins and outs of the judicial system down there. But I know a lot of the crimes and the way they're handled are pretty much the same. Okay. But like I said, like the Carla Homolka and the Paul Bernardo sound almost the same thing, except Paul Bernardo was a weirdo way before he met Carla Homolka. Because his dad was also a freaking weirdo.
right.
Well,
I don't know about
yeah,
that.
it runs in the
Yeah.
family, right? So,
Well,
but
I'm
when
sorry
it
to the
came
chat.
to,
I can't chat
oh,
while I'm
sorry.
talking to you. No, I'm just apologizing to anyone if they're whatever they're saying. I can't see it right now. But
Oh,
I just want to come up because I'm an action oriented person, and I'm sure many
mhm.
people are. And if we could, like, the petition is fantastic that Alice has up. Okay, I have to go check
Yeah.
to see where it's at with the signatures. But there's more. There is more that can be done here. And you were talking about not being allowed to have a social media account if you're convicted of a felony, which she was.
That's
So
what I heard.
all
Yeah.
so then do we need to contact TikTok and say, this woman
Apparently,
is a
people have.
felon? Okay, well,
Apparently,
maybe.
people have already. Yeah. So I don't know if she's working around that somehow.
Well, if TikTok is making money off of her, it's the same thing with YouTube. I've been harassed and gang stalked on YouTube for 8 years, and they will not stop it because they make money off of it. And I can prove it to you. I've made so many reports, and they kick the reports back and say, "Oh, sorry, we don't see the problem here." Okay, my name is in the title. They're calling me a PDF file. They're using my picture. What
Mhm.
do you not see that these are violations on
Yep.
YouTube? Sorry, could you be more clear? How can I be more clear? My name is in the title. That's a violation. What more do you need?
Yeah.
And they won't do it.
I've done the same thing. I
Mm-hmm.
reported something that she said on one of my channels and it got let go. But I just have to mention her name on my channel and it will get reported. That's why on TikTok I don't have comments anymore. So you guys can see all of my videos, but there's no comments. I don't comment nobody, nobody comments me. And that way they can't take them down. There's no reason for it. If I'm doing a video about her, that's one thing, as long as I don't use Lifetime stuff.
Right,
If I
right.
use Lifetime videos in any of my videos, I always get nabbed for it, either on YouTube or TikTok.
Well, you know what else her and her crew do, which I know you all know of this, probably happened to many people. If you say anything derogatory about her, and if it's not worded like coded, she and her flying monkeys come and they report the comments. In a 48-hour
Yeah.
period, I lost my whatever my right. It's not really my right, but my ability to comment on anything. You've made comments that are harassment and bullying. You can't comment for 24 hours. I don't do
Yeah.
that because I'm very careful how I word things, because I know about YouTube and what they do. Like I've showed the harassment that's been done to me. They swatted me 20 times, okay, trying to get me shot and killed by the police. Swear to God. And I'm
Really?
showing what they're doing. Yeah. And I'm showing a video, because there's a lot of evidence videos on my channel. And I'm showing a video of what they're doing to me. And I get hit for harassment and bullying. Can you imagine that?
Well, they do
Showing
back up
them.
the big, yeah, they do back up the ones with the big numbers. They really do.
I guess. But it's disgusting.
It,
And
it
but I'm
is.
still on YouTube, but barely. I'm really more on there for this because I really believe there needs to be justice. And I just pray that the justice comes, because it's so wrong. And she is a danger to society. But you just look at her black eyes. If she had remorse, that's a whole other story. You see people, that have committed crimes that are remorseful. Like I saw a story once of this woman, she was in her house taking a nap. She had, trigger warning, there's violence here I'm going to be talking about. And she left the door to her garage open, and the garage was open and the door into the house was open. These two kids came in. They were youngish, shot her point blank in the head. Okay.
Oh
She
my God.
survived. Now, they did go to prison. She went. One of them, I don't think, was remorseful, but the one that was like crying and really remorseful. She went and met with that person in prison. She was very religious, and she forgave. But that is totally different than when Gypsy's the fake crying, the fake. Like recently, it was just in the last couple months where she started pretending, like how do you live with that? Well, it's hard. It's hard. If she was really remorseful about killing her mother, she would descend into a bawling mess. Like, could you imagine who murders their own mother? And also in the Munchausen by proxy, there is not one case besides her where the quote unquote victim killed the perpetrator. It has never happened before her. Okay, because that's not
No.
what they do. They don't kill the victimizer. It's never happened before.
No.
And other
No.
know more about the case. So, and she wants to be a celebrity. And this is a really bad commentary on society, that somebody as evil as her, it's sitting with millions of dollars in the bank, bought a house, doing this is just really bad. And there has been a rash of copycat killings, young kids killing their parents because of this.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's got to be. I'll put my mind to it. I'm going to write some things down. I'm going to really brainstorm. And if other people would too, and maybe I'll do a live sometime, or I'll come to yours. I don't care if it's on my channel, but I really want to get more proactive, more things going.
Yeah.
Just if we completely harass the courts and you got the FOIA. I don't know how I can get the FOIA from you, but it's like, you have to be set. Here is the
I'll
FOIA.
send you
Okay.
the link. I'll send you the link.
Okay, great.
All right.
Because
Yeah.
we can say, it is very clear. She's written 2 books. She's completely contradicted herself. She's given tens of, I don't know how many, I don't know how many interviews she's given, and how the whole thing, the public perception was already being controlled from when she was in prison. They were already monetizing this thing, and she has made money off the crime, and
Oh God, yeah.
she was found guilty of second-degree murder. So she has,
Yep.
it's first degree because it was premeditated, and we all know about the BB pew pew. We all know
Yep.
about the BB pew pew that happened. She's trying to say, oh no, it was Nick, because Nick had those evil tendencies and he wanted that. No, it was completely coercive control. She manipulated him, and because of his ability, he was easily manipulated. Oh, we're going to pretend like I'm a vampire and I do this and I do that. It was all like a fantasy game in his mind. He was not, and he, so many times, I know I'm repeating this, but he tried, can't you just leave? Come, and, oh no, she'll find me. She'll find me. She was 23 years old and she did not.
I know.
Dee Dee at one point did try to have her deemed incapacitated, but they said no, she is capable of making her own medical decisions, and she was making her own medical decisions from that point on. So the whole thing falls apart. And just everybody, I'm not like really religious, but we need to pray that it all comes together, because this is so wrong. It's just so many terrible things happen in the United States. Our legal system is completely screwed up. Many people go to death row and die for crimes they did not commit. This is wrong. And the last thing I'm going to say, the post-mortem wounds. How many post-mortem wounds were there? 4. How many wounds did he say that he inflicted? 4. How many total were there? 17. What was the date? What did they speculate the date she died? The 9th. He didn't get there till the morning of the 10th or something.
Yeah.
So it's so clear. And those people, every single person that allowed this to happen needs to be, I mean, I don't want to say harassed, but we need to mount a campaign where we get these people held accountable. It has to happen in order to get her tried again. Are there no lawyers that are watching this, that are commenting? I'm just going to do what I can to see what kind of, if I can find anybody in that area that was maybe speaking out against it. But I don't know. I'm going to try and do what I can do. And everybody, whatever anyone has time to do, I'm disabled, so I have some time on my hands. I would just hope we can all come together and really see this through. And it should happen soon. She is dangerous. She is dangerous.
Well,
Look
I
at
think
her.
people should contact their elected officials as well. Doesn't matter what state you're from. If you could contact your elected officials within your state and try to get the Son of Sam law accepted in your state, because it's not in all states, and that's why she can make a profit off her crime, because Louisiana doesn't have the Son of Sam law. And this is the problem, and this is where people got to come together in the United States. I can't do anything from here in Canada, but I'll sign whatever petition anybody throws at me. Okay. If you guys can get your Son of Sam laws passed within your own states, then maybe these things can be changed, and she won't at least be able to profit off of any of it. I mean, probably already a little bit too late, but she's still got a lot of future. So.
They will take everything from her in the end. They will.
Well, that'd be good.
Everything goes. I mean, not the baby, obviously. I mean, hopefully the baby goes to someone responsible. Obviously, Ken, as much as he looks like he's good with the baby, he's not responsible, because has he not done his due diligence and looked into this person that he's with?
I know.
She's nothing but a liar and a cold-blooded murderer. Done, and done. Why? Sorry, I would not want to be around her. I would never be in a house that she was. I don't understand these weirdos. Her father, when Dee Dee got what she deserved. Excuse me, the girl was 23 years old when she starts talking about the abuse began. I don't buy
where was
it.
he? Where was he? If he was so concerned about Gypsy, where the hell was he?
Mm-hmm.
Right? No, he was with what's her face.
Yeah, he's nowhere to be found. And somebody even said that, I don't know if it's true, that said, oh, I don't want to, I don't want to be around that weird little freak or something. Maybe somebody was joking about that.
Well,
But
apparently Gypsy said that her mother said that they said that about her.
she
Okay, so
also,
Gypsy, she's starting her own rumors, and then she
yeah,
blames other people. That's what she
yeah,
does. Yeah,
she claims that Dee Dee didn't want her to have a relationship with them. I'm sorry, I don't believe that because I
I
don't.
don't either.
Dee Dee may have been a scammer. That doesn't make you an evil piece of crap, okay?
Not at
She
all.
she was poor, she was sickly herself, and she was doing the best she could to get everything for this child who was obviously uh, um, handicapped, disabled,
Yeah,
whatever. She's
yeah.
not normal, and
No.
he did everything for her. It was everything for her. Okay, here's another one. Why was she looking for handcuffs online? Because somebody was just showing this the other night. I don't know who was showing it. Why was she looking for handcuffs online when Dee Dee already had handcuffs that she allegedly had her locked to the bed with?
Yeah,
Why would she have
apparently.
get handcuffs when there were already handcuffs in the house, which they never found handcuffs. They never found a dog leash that she said she
No,
was
no.
to the bed. Okay. So
They
the
didn't
whole thing,
find half of the things that she was talking about. They didn't find there, but they didn't use that against her either. You know what I mean? They didn't say, well, you said this and this and this, but we don't see that. They didn't say anything about it. That's what
well,
gets
because
me. And why did they let her go on so many things and gave her the sweet plea deal for what?
it's called a
She had
sweetheart
more to
plea.
do with it than, yeah, but she had more to do with this than poor Nick did. And look where he's at.
Yeah, she's trying to say that he was the orchestrator, but now with the FOIA, you can see. And when she says she's so manipulated, I don't know, it was Demona that was said, I can't do anything to hurt Dee Dee or Nick. That I can't do. But then she starts talking about how she's going to grape Nick anally with a strap
Yeah.
on into
Yeah.
he's screaming and begging for her to stop. I mean,
Yeah.
it's clear as day this is a frickin' psycho. Okay. And
Yeah.
all I can say is thank you to you and everybody else that's covering this. I'm going to say, and I know that people are not going to, I was very disappointed in the way Nina handled the thing with Gypsy, the other Ivory Rose Grows or something, that whole thing, and finding
Yeah.
out that Nina was actually being paid by Lifetime for some things. This is what I heard. I don't know for sure, but causing dissension with other people when we should all be on the same page, that was very
Yeah.
concerning to me. And I'm just
Me
being
too.
honest.
No,
Okay.
I'm the same way. I didn't like it either. I was like, if we're all on the same page, why are we fighting?
Yes, there
Now,
should
it's
be
Gypsy that's
fighting.
infiltrating all of this. Gypsy and her crew are the ones that are trying to separate us all.
Well,
So that's why
they,
I don't engage with fights with nobody. Okay? If you come to me with a question, I'll try to answer it as honest as I can, you
mhm,
know? But I will always say if you know something and I don't know it, I need proof.
absolutely.
I can't blow it out my rear end and expect people to believe me, because even though I'm just a gossip page, really, I'm not a facts page like Becca Scoops or anything, but I still need proof if I'm going to say, such and such happened, or I believe such and such this, or I don't, or whatever. I still need to
Well,
make
yeah,
my own opinion, and to make my own opinion means I have to see some proof,
yeah. Well, you
you
have to be
know,
careful because of defamation and all that other stuff. You don't need to get.
that
Well, you're
too.
in
Yeah.
Canada, so yeah, it's a lot harder to bring anything against you for those reasons. But I just want to thank everybody that's putting their energy towards justice for Dee Dee, hashtag justice for Dee Dee, hashtag justice for Nick, and
Yeah.
justice for Aurora too, because she's just being used. If she really exists, she's just being used, and actually looks like if it's a real baby, why was the arm all red? Like it had been squeezed or pinched. I don't trust
Mhm.
that woman to have a baby in her care. It scares the hell out of me. It
But see,
scares
that's
the
the thing too. I even if she does have a baby, I don't think she's allowed to be around it by herself. And if
I,
that's the case, then somebody was there with her when that baby was screaming, and they're just as responsible as she is.
yeah. She
So
could have
if Christy
taken
was
the
there,
baby
yeah, if
scream.
Christy was there and she's supposed to be like the supervisor, Something's wrong in house. Something's wrong in house.
Well, they're all down with the blood money. Let's face it. They're all, every single one
Yeah.
that's making money off of it, they're disgusting. They're
Yeah,
just disgusting. Hey, have you heard that woman that does the spirit box sessions where Dee Dee comes through?
I've watched it a couple of times, but I'm very weary about those.
Well, there's one woman that I think does a really great job. I don't know if her name is Jenny Love, or I can't remember her name, but okay, as my rules with the spirit box thing is, I think a lot of dark energies can work through that. So I don't mess
Yeah.
with that. But if you do protection work before you go into that, which I believe she does, then it can be okay. I believe it can be okay as long as there's protection prayers up and Jesus or whoever the protector, that you, higher power, God, whatever.
Yeah.
She has, it sounds like Dee Dee's voice saying, it was Gypsy. It is Dee Dee's voice saying, please don't hurt me.
And see, that's the thing, because Nick said that Dee Dee never said that.
She said it before
Nick said, Gypsy said that that's what Dee Dee said, but Nick said, no, she didn't say that. He goes, I never heard her say anything.
Because she said it before Nick got there, because I am convinced almost 100% that Dee Dee did the deed. I don't know if she had help with somebody else there, but that thing of almost decapitating somebody, that is very personal. That's
anger.
That is right. And what the hell did that woman do except give her everything? Well, she was concerned about her being a hoe with a bunch of pervs online, and she was trying to protect her because she felt that she was compromised mentally, that she was apt to be prey to people that were strange online.
Absolutely.
She was just trying to protect her child to not be raped or murdered by some lunatic online who's putting all this sexual content out to whomever. And what about when she says how she's gonna hit someone over the head and steal their money?
Yeah.
I mean, this person is nothing but a criminal. It's never going to be anything but a criminal. And so
I'm sorry, but even when you see the videos of her when she's a little girl, the ones in dance classes and stuff like that, you can already see the manipulation. She's been manipulating her mother to like, oh, I don't want to be here, so take me home. She'll fall to the floor. You know what I mean?
Because she got attention because of the sickness. That's why she didn't tell anybody she could feel her legs, because she loved
not just she got attention, but she got weighted on hand and foot. She didn't have to do anything. Look at her. She can't clean a house.
Oh my God. You see
she
that
said
dirty.
Her house was a dump with her mother, but she was old enough to clean the freaking house. She just didn't want to.
But she was stuck in a wheelchair. She wasn't allowed to get out of it. Get the hell out. How about when she jumps off into the snow and her legs move, and then she takes her hands and moves her legs, and then she moves her legs again? When was that? How old was she when she did that?
She was crisscrossing her legs in the wheelchair. She had her legs crisscrossed in the wheelchair. Who does that?
Nobody. My older sister, may she rest in peace, she was with a guy that was almost a quadriplegic, and she had to move everything for him. He could not do anything on his own. This is just okay. I just pray for everybody that's has it in their heart to get justice here. Keep going forward. Do not give up. Keep doing the great work. I love your channel. There's channels I haven't even watched yet. I'm sure they're great. Alice, Down the Rabbit Hole. Obviously, Sir Morbid. I love Case. I'm sure I'm going to leave somebody out. Oh, Straight Out of Context does amazing. So we've got some really great people covering it with really key evidence and details, which those things can be sent directly to the courts and say, here's the FOIA, here's the report, here's what happened. You guys need to review this. This is wrong. And in fact, it's the kind of thing where people should go, like if we could get 100 people or more to go to the Missouri court and stand there and demand with signs saying, we want justice. I mean, I'm thinking big picture to really make something happen, to get it in the news in the right way, because everybody's continuing the stupid lie of a story, she was on the Entertainment Tonight with Billy Bush. Oh, and you're a victim of Munchausen by proxy. It's like you want to slap a bitch, excuse my language. But do these people do any due diligence? Do they look in? They don't look into it at all.
No, they just check mainstream media. That's all they do. So all mainstream media is exactly the same thing. They regurgitate the exact same thing all the time. They don't look in depth into anything. I think the only one that actually did was that lawyer lady. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she's blonde haired. She's all over the
Was it on Court
TikTok
TV?
and
Court TV?
yeah, I
Did you
think
see
so. Yeah.
when
She's
she
the one
said,
that kind of looked into it. She has second thoughts about Gypsy.
well, there was a panel of people, like 4 people on some court-related thing, where the woman said, "No, she's guilty." Blah blah blah. That would be someone, another person to contact to say, "What do we do? You know, you are a lawyer. What do we do to get justice here? This something needs to be done." So, I'm just trying to put it together to have more action steps that we can all do because this needs to happen. It needs to
Oh
happen. Like
God,
how
yeah. Yeah.
is she going to have that child in her care if there's really a child there? Plus, I think when that dog went missing, she put the dog out. I don't trust her. She doesn't like the dog.
No.
How many animals did she have that just they never had anymore? How do we know she wasn't killing animals? And you know, every serial
Uh,
killer starts out
yeah.
by torturing
The sign
animals.
of a psychopath. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't do a lot on her, but I share a lot of you guys, your videos, and I just appreciate so much. And just let's all keep moving forward, trying to really find a way to get somebody to do something about this. And the way we do it, it's like if you do mass calling of places,
Yeah.
mass calling of like if they give her another season, that everybody's going to. A lot of people have discontinued their subscription to Lifetime, but she's actually, even though they say the ratings are low, she's the 3rd top thing for Lifetime. The 3rd top show
Oh
is what
yeah.
I saw.
Yeah.
So there's a very good chance she's going to get another season. And that's the thing that we can do action work to stop. Just ringing their phone off the hook and saying, I want an email and I want to send you people don't do due diligence. Plus, one thing I want to shout out to Becca Scoops is another great channel. She's bringing something that's going to show some crucial evidence about, damn it,
About who?
I don't know. Becca Scoops has a video that's coming.
I
And
know she's got something coming up. Yeah, but I don't know who it's about. She said something about it pertaining to before Gypsy met Nick or something.
I'm not sure. I have to go back and watch the last video she did. But what everybody should
Yeah.
look out for her next video, because it's going to cover something very, very interesting that really, really, as if we don't have enough evidence already, that really shows that how guilty she is and how wrong this whole thing is. I wish I could remember. I have memory issues, so I'm sorry. But I'm sending much love and power to the people, you know, that are really putting their weight behind trying to get justice. You know, it's really
Mm-hmm.
important. It's a complete decline in society if we allow people that in cold blood murder people like that become celebrities. No. That's the end of civilized society when you start allowing that to go on. You know,
Oh, I know. I know.
it's like out of a Batman movie. You know that the people are worshiping an evil person or something. It's sickening. I can't even believe it. But thank you for taking the time to talk with me. I so
Oh, no
appreciate you,
problem. I'm glad to have
everyone.
you.
Thank you. I know I talk a lot, but I get very, very excited
That's
and
fine.
heated.
I don't mind. I like it
Okay,
when I have somebody to talk to and I can talk about these things with, because when I'm trying to do it on my own, I'm just reading from the chat, you know, only so many thoughts come to your head. So at least
I
when you
wish.
have somebody to bounce ideas off of, it's easier to let it flow.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure there's somebody in the chat that's got to know what Becca was talking about in her last video, something very, very interesting that she's going to be bringing forward. But there are
Yeah, it's
so
going to be either Sunday or Monday, guys. So watch your channels. Sunday or
yeah,
Monday, she said she was going to put it out.
it's just
Then we'll know.
another smoking gun, but there are several smoking guns. There's no the girl is guilty of sin, and most people, I'm going to
Yeah.
say 75 to 85%, maybe even higher, believe that Dee Dee was gone before Nick even got there.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh, I do too. Yeah,
yep.
definitely. I think she had help too, and I don't think she was alone doing it.
Well, but who would it be? Not Dan Glidewell, because he didn't even want to be with her. Oh,
Well,
remember?
she knew a couple of different guys, though. Don't forget, there was
Well,
a
there was.
David. What's his same last name as she had, but they're not related. David Blanchard.
Why weren't those people questioned? Right?
I don't know. That's the thing. They've overlooked so much. I think this case was handled so badly from the beginning
Yeah.
that I think in a way they just wanted to put somebody in jail for the crime and forget about it, kind of thing.
That happens a lot.
And it does. And it's sad because it puts a lot of innocent people away, you know,
Yes, it
and
people killed on death row for things they didn't even do. You spend
exactly. And then if they do find them innocent and they come out, they have to give them millions of dollars to say sorry about it. But you'll never
Yeah.
get back that person's life.
No, the money cannot fix 25 years of your life that's lost sitting
No
in
kidding.
jail.
I mean,
All
you're
the terrible.
25 years in jail. Just think about all the technology you missed. And now you got to come out and try to figure it out. You know,
Well,
it's very overwhelming for a lot of people, you know.
yeah, and it's terrible because people are abused like crazy in prison. Let's face it,
Oh
people.
God, yes,
Things happen
yes,
in
yes.
prison.
And that's what I'm afraid about with Nick too. Because
Yes.
he is so he's such a gentle guy, he's quiet, and I think if somebody bullied him enough, he would have to. He wouldn't have a choice unless he
Is
had
he
somebody that stuck up for him.
is he in general population though? Because I can't see how they could put a person that's compromised emotionally and mentally like he is in with just everybody, all these other
Well,
criminals. I
I
just
well,
and that.
I think that for the timeline that he's in there for, the people he are around the same timeline. So he's there with people who are there for 30, 40, 50 years. Then yeah, he's going to be in there with some pretty big guys. You know, they're not
Well,
going to put him in there with drug dealers and shit like that, but they'll put him in there with the big boys.
and here's another thing that if you're the praying kind, pray that Nick is let free of the spell she put on him to tell the damn truth because we
Oh, me
all know
too.
he's hiding something because he'll always love her, he'll always worship her. Oh, one last thing I want to tell you. Did you know when she was in prison she was wearing a pentagram and she was doing her witchcraft crap? Okay,
Yeah,
when she said
yeah,
that Dee Dee did the witchcraft, no, that was
no,
Gypsy. That
yeah.
you think that he would go to her daughter and say, give me some of your menstrual blood and I'm gonna give me a freaking break. You can
See, I
look at
already know that spell. The spell with the menstrual blood is not for not finding love. It's to bind somebody to you. And I
yes.
know Gypsy knows that. The first thing she gives Ken as a dinner that she makes out of her with her own hands is spaghetti.
She probably put some menstrual blood in there.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. I would
She's
not
so
doubt it at all.
vile. Ugh. And
You
I'm
know,
sure
and
she's listening right now. So listen, Gypsy, there's a lot of us, and we're going to put you behind bars. You just wait, Bish. You're going
let's
back to
just hope
prison.
it's before parole is up, because that way she can get for her good. She might have to go through another retrial.
Oh, she needs to be tried for the crime. That's never happened. Plus,
Oh
she
yeah, I know.
perjured herself on the stand. There is so much there. I believe the strength in numbers that we have of people that know that basically the truth about this crime, there will be justice. I'm not going to stop believing that. And we all need to like pray that Nick stops holding back. Doesn't he
Yeah,
see if she's with somebody else? She called him a piece of POS and that he's
yeah,
there and he really where he belongs to be. No, he would never be there if she hadn't manipulated his mind. He was just a vulnerable adult that doesn't
yeah.
understand things. And it's just so wrong. Vulnerable
Well,
adult was about.
he's actually said with his own words that he knows she manipulated him, but he still says he still loves her.
Yeah.
He goes, he's
Well,
not in love with her, but he'll always love her.
right. Well, somebody
Now,
needs to, if somebody's a Wiccan, they need to do a spell to break that.
yeah,
I'm
well,
not.
that's not an easy spell to break either, by the way. I mean, there's a lot to that spell. I know a little bit of the voodoo thing because I used to have a best friend who was from St. Lucia, and
Mhm.
she told me a lot of it because St. Lucia, Haiti, all those little
Yeah.
islands there, they all have that. They all know about it. And she
Yeah.
told me some of them, and I was like, "Are you serious? You have to." And she goes, "Yeah, but it's not as simple as taking this and taking that and planting it under a tree under a full moon. Boom, happens. No, there's a lot to it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what you're doing, you could possibly put some different kind of spell on somebody that you didn't mean to. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I don't ever mess around with spell casting.
No,
Because spell
no.
casting is when you influence the free will of another person, it is black magic all day,
Yeah,
every day. I
yeah,
don't believe in white witchcraft because they're doing love spells. Sorry, if the guy loves you, he loves you. If he doesn't, you don't put a spell on him. That is
no,
using your will to override his will.
yeah,
So I'm not for that. I know there's a lot of white witches out there, but I don't believe in that. I believe in
no,
like pray to my higher power that's about love and healing, justice, and what's right and good in the
yeah.
world. That's what I work with, and I don't do. I mean, I'm highly psychic intuitive. I've worked for the top psychic source on the internet. Like I am a real psychic
Ooh, maybe you
intuitive. That's
should start a channel on that.
well, I have too many people attacking me. That's why I don't do it. I've
Oh, I
thought about
see.
it on TikTok, but on YouTube, I have far too many people attacking me, and they'll just, I don't want to deal with them tearing apart how I do my readings and things like that. But I actually did give a reading for a woman the other night that was in a car accident, and I told her exactly what happened in the car accident. I go, it was a drunk driver. I went, and she goes, yeah, he was. And I go, and he was also on meth. She goes, yeah, he was. So I'm pretty good. But anyway,
Oh,
you
geez,
can look
do
me
me.
up. Hey, I
I
will
had a
offer.
psychic friend back in the day. She was really accurate, but I haven't
Yeah.
been read
Well,
in so long.
I would give you a free reading. I do angel. I'm a certified angel card reader. I am certified in Reiki 1 and 2. So
Hmm.
that. But I became disabled. I was a drug and alcohol counselor.
Hmm.
I had a long career in the entertainment industry as well as working in managing high level executives. But
Oh,
now I
nice.
live in Mexico because I got injured and I can't find housing in the United States. I'm literally homeless in the United States. There is no housing
Oh
for a
my
person.
God.
And I worked 40
I
years.
feel you. I feel your pain. I just moved back in with my mother and my disabled sister to take care of them because my dad passed away.
I'm
And
sorry.
so I'm their caregiver and I do YouTube on the side.
Well, it's good you have that
So,
outlet. Yeah,
and I'm
YouTube.
pretty much priced out of Canada as well. I mean, it's hard. You know what? For a freaking studio apartment here and in some dark, damp fucking basement will cost you at least $1,500. I'm like, are
Right.
you
And
freaking kidding me?
that's right, because I've looked all across the country and the average for a studio is $1,000 across the country. Okay.
Ridiculous. It's freaking ridiculous. And then they put the prices of food up, and it's like, okay, you got to pick one, housing or food.
And that's going to get worse in the United States. There's going to be a massive food shortage. And that
It's
has to do
already
with,
here. Yeah.
yeah, with COVID, you know that in the United States, this has never happened in history. More than 200 food processing plants burnt down in the first year and a half after the CV thing. Okay, that's
Oh my
not a
God.
coincidence. They they
No.
killed they killed also hundreds of heads, hundreds of thousands of heads of cattle, turkey, chicken, pork, everything because they were depleting the food supply intentionally. That is for real. And you're going to see loaf of bread is $8-10, in California.
Where? No
At Sprouts,
way.
for
I mean,
Sprouts,
here
well,
it's
not
like $3 and change, but I thought that was bad.
at Sprouts in California, in Arizona. That's the two places I last lived. $8 for a loaf of bread. That's going to go up. It will
Wow.
be 50. It's going to listen. What's coming in the United? That's part of the reason why I left the United States. I'm a little concerned about what's going to go down, but just I don't want to take any more of your time. But I would love to speak to you again, and I
Oh, yeah.
really, really, I'm an action oriented person. I want to get
Hmm.
my hands and do something, make something happen. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
I was animal rights activist for many, many years. I did puppy mill protestations. We did vivisection, anti-fur. Like I like to get out there and make something happen. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
really feel there's enough of us. We can tip the scale on this thing and we can get this to go. This person needs to be tried for her crimes. She was sitting there, and there's a very similar crime that happened recently. Both people are sitting in jail for life, but this one gets off. Give me a break.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Was she down on her knees giving sexual favors to
You
everybody
know, I
in
wouldn't
the
doubt
court?
it. I wouldn't
I
doubt
mean,
it.
she's sorry, but she's a big time HO.
Oh, big
So
time. Big
with the
time.
BDSM, and then she's saying that Nick introduced her to that when she was already doing
I
it with other
know.
people.
Yep.
Ugh,
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I
then
don't
she
hate.
tried to say Dan introduced her to it, but then she said she was a virgin till she met freaking Ryan. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now? A
She had
virgin?
sex. Oh well, Nikki couldn't get up in the bathroom in the movie theater. Why was she wearing a diaper to go to the movie theater? I don't understand that. But she's a real sicko, and
She's
I
a
hope you're
freak.
listening. You're going back to prison. Every day I affirm that she's going back to
Yeah,
prison. She's going.
I can't
She's going.
wait.
So keep speaking that into the ether, people. She's going.
Yeah.
No question. She is going to be tried for her crime. She will go to prison for life. She will go to prison for life. That's what's going to happen. I don't think she should have any possibility
Oh, wait a
for
minute.
parole.
Vanessa says she has dual sovereignty in her plea deal, so they can just don't want to because what? They wouldn't admit. Sorry, the chat's moving while I'm trying to read. That wouldn't
What
be
is
admitting that they fucked up, and politicians don't want to admit that. Well, that's true.
what's
She
the
has
dual
dual
sovereignty?
sovereignty. I don't know. I think because she's on parole in Missouri and she's on parole in Louisiana. So
Okay.
Louisiana is pretty much just babysitting her, in other words, but her parole is really in Missouri.
But
Missouri
can she
doesn't
be
have the son of
tried?
Sam law, and Louisiana doesn't have the son of Sam law. I
Oh,
mean, it's like a no-win situation when you're battling something like that. If the government won't help, what are you supposed to do? Because they're the ones that have the last words.
yeah. Well, we have to just keep going, and not let up. She
Yeah,
keeps
that's
tripping.
what everybody's trying to do, and then you have the other ones out there saying, well, if we don't talk about her anymore, she'll just disappear. No, she won't. She'll just get worse. She'll
No,
just get worse. Nobody's calling her out for stuff and that. She'll just get worse.
yeah, no, unfortunately, it has to continue to be showing the truth about who she is, and hopefully
Yeah.
more and more to see it. And yeah, it does give her attention that she doesn't deserve, but we can't just go silent on this. I mean, it has to happen. I mean,
Yeah.
something will. I feel like it's a really good chance that one day we're going to wake up to the news that she's going to be tried. That's what I
Yeah.
just keep that out there. It's going to happen. There's going to be justice in this thing. And what's going on? Lastly, what's going on with the Petrie family? Like, I don't know they could in civil court. They could definitely win. All right, but they may
Yeah.
not be doing that because she needs to be tried for murder first. Because remember the OJ trial, OJ was acquitted, but then when the family of Ron, I forget his last name, they went to civil court and they proved OJ was guilty of the crimes, and they were given a huge civil judgment, right? Although he
Yeah.
never paid. They may not be, because they could go to civil court and win easily, but maybe they're not doing that because they want to see her tried for the crime. But I don't know, because they're not really talking to anybody about anything. So I don't know. But if
See,
that was
I'm up
my
in the
family,
air when it comes to the Petrie family, because they were sitting there and they told Morbid that they didn't need money for the urn. They could afford it. But Morbid wanted to do it as a community for something good for Dee Dee. But I'm like, if you're Dee Dee, you're her family. Why do you have her in a cardboard box for all these years?
yeah,
When you
that
can
doesn't look
afford an urn, why do you have her in a cardboard box for all these years? Because they didn't like her either.
well. That's not good.
She was
Somebody said
baby.
that,
Well, she was
huh?
spoiled by her mother, right? She was spoiled by her mother, and that's how she learned to do with her own daughter. So she was spoiled by her mother, and then Dee Dee spoiled Gypsy. But that made Dee Dee's family, her brothers and sisters,
Jealous.
jealous. They didn't like that she got all the attention from Mama, Dee
Well,
Dee,
I
Gypsy's an
look at
only child, so
when I look at Dee Dee, I see a person that's not an evil soul. Did
Oh, I
she,
don't either.
was she scamming? Yeah. My main feeling that I get, even as a psychic thing, she she knew this kid was not okay. You can tell by looking
Mhm.
at the baby. I don't know if deformed is the word, but you can tell she's not right. And
Right.
she knew she wasn't going to have a great normal life. So she tried to give her everything she could to create some normalcy, but it was even more than normal. I mean, going to Disneyland all the time, and all that stuff. She was just trying to create a better life for her kid. I
Yeah.
don't think it wasn't for herself. Whatever she was doing was for Gypsy because she
See,
loved
I
her daughter.
believe that too. I believe that too, but it's the Petrie family is the one I'm skeptical about.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't want the limelight really because they're not really into it. But they do have the times where they go on people's lives and they talk.
mhm.
I don't know if they're making money off of it. I don't know, but I don't know. It's like, okay, you didn't love your sister enough to put her in an urn. You wanted her in a box in the back room, whatever. You want to
Well,
forget about her.
let me tell you about that though. My mother died 13 years ago. I still have
Hmm.
I still have her ashes in the box that came in. And it's not I don't have a lot of money, but it's not about that because I could find the money to do it. It's just dealing with it is too painful. Like I want to go disperse her ashes somewhere. And I don't have a good relationship with my brother or sister because they would not help when my mom was dying. It was just on me. So
Yeah.
I can't say for sure with it being in a box, it can be, it's like, it's hard to deal with it. You know, it's just hard to
Everybody
deal with.
deal with grief differently. I have my husband in an urn right in front of me, and he was
Oh,
in
okay.
an urn on day one, and I had to pick the urn myself. I didn't want the place to pick one. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
picked one, and it says "I miss you," and it looks like a beach, and with a little
Oh,
pebble on it that says "I miss you." I'll always miss you, and I keep his ashes in a little heart pendant on my necklace. So if
oh, that,
anybody sees that little heart on one of my necklaces, that's my husband's ashes in there. His brothers and sisters all got a necklace with a piece of his ashes in there. I
oh,
mean,
that's so,
I had to do this because me and him talked extensively about it. Even though he was only 58 years old, we still talked about what would happen if, right? And so
when did
when
he,
it did happen, he died just 2 years ago, actually, last
oh
month.
my, it's so
Yeah.
fresh.
Yeah. He was 58. He died of pneumonia, walking pneumonia, they call it. It's pneumonia you don't know you have
Wait, there was
until it's
nothing else.
too late.
He
No.
didn't have other sickness? No other
He
sickness?
was I always told him, if you feel out of breath, let me know. I'm going to call the ambulance. He says, no, I'm fine. He was a smoker too. And he was still smoking like off and on, not like a chimney or anything, but he'd have a few puffs butted out and then, but
Yeah, I worry
he
about
was
that because
on the
I,
phone with he was on the phone with his mother that day and promised her in the morning he was going to go to the hospital, and he died at 1 in the morning.
oh my God, that scares the crap out of me because I have shortness of breath and I'm in Mexico and I can't get medical care here. Really, you have to pay for it. And
Yeah.
I, I smoke a few cigarettes a day because it's like a stress reliever for me.
Yeah.
But I don't,
I
I'm
turned to
sober.
vaping after he died. I quit smoking. I turned to vaping after he died.
Vaping, I'm sorry, but it's worse than
Mhm.
smoking cigarettes.
Well,
But
no, because I can walk up 6 stories of flights. We lived in a 6th floor apartment, and I could never do the stairs before, and now I can.
oh, well, that's good. They just say there's different things about it, but whatever
Well,
works
I'm
for you.
getting the nicotine, but I'm not getting the tar. It's the tar that weighs you down. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. But anyway, I smoke American Spirits because it seems like a cleaner cigarette, but it's not a good idea to do it. But look, I had a doctor say to a friend of mine, do not quit smoking. You don't smoke enough to put yourself through the stress of that. I had a cancer
Mm.
doctor because my father died from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. My dad didn't know I smoked. And I said, what would you think about a person? They've smoked for a while, but they don't smoke a lot, just a couple, 3, 5 a day. He goes, as cancer doctors, we don't, and I'm not a doctor and always ask your doctor, this is not medical advice. And the owner of the channel does not agree with everything I'm saying. I'm just giving you a disclaimer. But the doctor said to me, we don't worry about people that smoke under 10 cigarettes a day. That's what he said. I don't
Wow.
know. Look, we live in stressful times. So if you have a cigarette now and then, look, ask your doctor. If you take a little hit of cannabis now and then, ask your doctor. But
Mm-hmm.
drinking alcohol is no good. I'm an advocate for cannabis, even though I'm sober. I've been very, very sick. I almost died of malnutrition. So it's the only thing that gives me an appetite, and I'm
Oh,
still
really?
sober. Use it to get high. So I've had such a great time talking to you. I definitely would give you a free reading if you want one. So somehow we need to get in
Oh,
touch.
yeah. Well, I have an email on my my profile. There's an email address, a Gmail.
Okay, so my account is Sheila Thomas. So you look out for that name in your spam box. But
Okay.
yeah, and also I will share with. Well, I can't share it on my YouTube, but I have. If anybody wants, it's under Alyssa Sky, because that's before Malibu Sky is to do with the Chumash Indians. But Alyssa Sky in Thousand Oaks, California, angel card readings, and then you can see all my reviews in
Oh,
there.
nice.
And I
Nice.
actually have a listing in Scottsdale, but I think they put them all together. But I also do some mediumship where I've had people's loved ones come through, and there's
Right.
a lady about that too. So if anybody's interested, I also work on a sliding scale. There's also healing work involved in this. So it's I don't think anybody should be denied a healing because of lack of finances. So I'll read somebody for free if they're really in trouble and they need help. I don't let money get in the way. I don't think that it can't be about that. It's a gift from God to be
Yeah.
able to do. And
See, I
so
do
that's
palm reading, and I've never asked any money for palm reading before.
really well. Maybe we can do a trade.
Yeah,
That'd be
maybe.
cool. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm so glad I met you. I really like you. I love your demeanor is you are so definitely relatable. There's just such a sweetness about you, and just
Oh,
how you
thank you.
present yourself. I really love, and thanks to the other creators I mentioned, and there's also more, but I've really been, I feel so good about being part of this community because it's really about something that's important. You know what I mean?
It
I
is.
mean, I know
It
we
is.
make fun of it and stuff because you need a little levity to deal with this, but it feels like we're involved in something that's meaningful. It's important that something needs to be done about it. And I'm very grateful that I found the community, and I really believe that we can make this happen. We can get
Well,
justice. I
I'm
really
so glad to have you on my chat today. I mean, it was
Yay, thank
unexpected, but I mean, wow.
yeah, I didn't. I had no idea I would come on. I was like, it's too hard for me to type because I have neuropathy, and yeah. And so, anytime if people want to do panels and talk about it, I have a couple of channels because they've taken down. They mass flagged me and took my channel down. I was just playing
Oh,
music. I just wanted to play music and have fun and laugh. And these people are insane, but whatever. I try not to think about them. But anytime if you want to do a panel, and you can leave me a message and say, hey, I'm going to do a panel if you want to come over. If anybody wants to come together, hey, why don't we four do a panel together? It doesn't have to be on my channel. I don't care about clicks and views, but
yeah, me too.
whatever I can do to be of service and to help with the cause, I am here for it. So just let
Yeah.
me know what I can do to help. Okay. That's
Oh,
for
that's
everybody.
great. I
Okay?
mean, I thank you so much for showing up.
Oh, thank you. All right. Well, love to everybody and hope to see y'all soon.
Okay, love to you back.
And I'll be emailing you too.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you for having
All right.
me. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye. Okay, Donna, did you want to come up? It was Donna, right? Hang on, my chat's moving too fast, and I got to find out who it was now that I was reading. Hey, where are you? Oh, Vanessa, you want to come up? Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can find the thing again. I got to find the link. Where's that link? Banner. Okay, can you see it? Did you see it? I thought I put it there. Maybe I didn't. Hang on. Hang on, I'm trying. Hang on. Oh my gosh. It goes big and then it goes small. It goes big and then it goes small. It's hard for me to see things for a second there, but I'm trying. Hang on. Okay. Show. There. See it now? Do you see it? Oh, I can't find you now. Vanessa. Do you see it? Invite. Copy. Okay. All right, there it is. I just put it down the chat. You see it, Vanessa? It's down the chat. Hi, Kim.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. What's up?
I was just listening to your live there. I wasn't sure who you were talking to, but yeah, there seems to be a lot of people angry about Gypsy.
Oh, yeah.
I
There's
I
a. Go ahead.
I can't say that I blame anybody because she's literally getting away with whatever she wants, and I have a feeling she's also physically abusing her baby.
Well, a lot of people think the same thing. You're not alone. But we're hoping that she's just putting on an act, as we say. That we think that wailing that she recorded the other day was just a recording.
I had that same thought. I thought it's a recording, but then I thought the the recording, the crying is not matching the baby's body language. It's not there's
Exactly.
something yeah, there's just something about it that was very off, and I thought, okay, what could it be exactly? And that's how I came up with, oh, she might be using a doll, or she might be, I don't know
Yep.
exactly how the reborn dolls work exactly and how good they are, but
Well,
yeah,
I'll tell you. There's reborn dolls and then there's AI reborn dolls. So there's a difference. A reborn doll just looks exactly like a real baby. It has the weight and everything and the like rubbery kind of feel to it. Where an
oh,
AI reborn doll is, it's the same doll, but now you have a program on your phone. So when you pass the phone over the doll, it moves on
oh,
your phone, but it
that's
doesn't move in real
creepy.
life. Yes. But this is where people can get mixed up because it's like if she's always taping herself on the phone, who's to say she's not using the program?
Right, that's true.
So
And
it's
can you
really hard. Yeah, it's
mhm.
hard to judge that. So you got to
and
look really carefully.
yeah, and for somebody who is I don't know, she claims to be uneducated, never been to school, but I've picked up on several things that I think are strange. And I think over the last year and a half, people are sort of missing. I don't know. She claims to be uneducated, never been to school, but I noticed that in several of the crime scene photos. In fact, I was on Hello Starlights live earlier this morning, or
Hmm.
actually, I was on the replay crew sort of, and I was watching, and I looked at one of the crime scene photos, and Gypsy, when she was very young, she was reading the Harry Potter and the Hunger Games series.
Yeah.
That is not a second grade, third grade reading level.
No, well, apparently she said her mother schooled her at home. up
Well, yeah.
until I think a grade 4 or grade 5 level, I think she said. But she then wait. On one place she says she never went to school. One place she said she only went to kindergarten. Another place she said she went to grade 2. So I mean, if she can't get her story straight, how the hell are we supposed to?
I think yeah, exactly. And I think at this point we need to focus on there I mean, there's a lot of drama right now going on between creators. And if you think about it, we can't expect um the higher ups, I guess, the authorities, we can't expect anyone to take us seriously if there's all this back and forth and drama and going on with especially with Gypsy Rose and Nina and Ivory Rose Grows Wild. You know, I don't agree with what Ivory Rose Grows Wild did. She should never have drove to a murderer's house. That
Yeah,
was
I know.
asking for trouble.
Well, yeah, and you know why she did that, right? She was goaded into it.
Oh, I knew that from the
Yeah.
start.
So I
Christy
mean,
goaded her
yeah,
into
if
it.
you there's some people that, if you push them enough, they're going to snap, right? I understand that because I can be the same way as well. But um, the point is, why did they call the cops on her when apparently Gypsy wasn't even home?
I heard number one, she wasn't home, and then what? She was in her bedroom and didn't even know that Ivory had done that,
Right?
and
But
and
then on
then
Lifetime, she sits there and says she was scared for her life.
yeah, ain't
Good
that
Lord.
that woman? I mean, she needs to figure life out because she's gonna come across somebody bigger and badder. Yes, I'm talking about you, Gypsy Rose. Somebody bigger and badder is gonna come along and knock her the fuck out.
Well, let's hope.
I
Let's
would.
hope. But let's at least let's hope they're on our side.
Oh, well, to be honest with you, and I mean, I don't know if anyone down in the chat agrees, but somebody is gonna knock her out one day. And I mean, I would love to be that person, but I'm in California, so I'm not going to
I know.
Louisiana just to do that. I'll wait till
Well,
she
I'm in
comes here.
Canada. I'd go there to do it, but I don't think they'd let me across the border. I don't have a passport.
Oh, well, I do. I can come to Canada and chill with you.
There
we
you
can wish,
go.
yeah, we can wish bad on Gypsy.
There you go. Hey, I had a passport. I had a passport one for 5 years and not one stamp in it.
Oh, I have one that's
I
for 10 years.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, you know what? I was going to get the one for 10 years, but the one for 5 years was like $100 cheaper. So I went for the one with 5 years. I still ended up not going anywhere.
Oh, wow.
You know why?
Yeah.
Traveling is so damn expensive these days. I mean, just to drive to have a flight within my own country from Toronto to the East Coast, a $700 plane ticket right there.
Ooh.
And that's my
My
own country. Well,
my nana was
cheaper to go to Mexico.
well, yeah, and my nana was born in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so
You got Canadiana in ya.
huh?
You got Canadiana in ya.
Well, but yeah, no, this whole thing is just mind-boggling because and and I wanted to point out something else. Jip Ivory, as soon as someone brought up that, oh, well, we're going to just pull up the FOIA documents for, the police and everybody, and then pulling you over and your husband, at Gypsy's book signing,
Mhm.
um, her story immediately changed to,
Oh,
well,
really?
we had drugs and maybe a pew pew in the car.
Oh,
And
really?
I thought, oh, so yeah, I thought, wait, so your story changed when somebody brought up the FOIA documents. Okay, I see what it is now.
Would
So
that have
I'm
been in the
thinking that
FOIA documents, though? That happened separately, so I don't know.
it would have been pertaining to them. It wouldn't have been, I don't think it would have had anything to do with Gypsy because it would have been just because it was Ivory and her husband in the car. Gypsy had nothing to do with it,
Yeah.
so that's
Apparently, it was Bree that called the cops on her or something. That's what she said anyway. But I didn't really get mixed up in that one because I saw the story taken different angles. And I was like,
hmm
I'm not going to get involved in that. I like Ivy Rose Grows Wild. I think she's a really nice girl.
yeah.
Bree, I don't, but I mean, I would take Ivy Rose Grows Wild's side of the story if I knew everything that happened, which I don't. So I'm not going to pick a side in that
Yeah.
regard,
Right, right. and
Yeah,
and I don't think anyone should really touch that one, because that's not going to help get the truth out about Gypsy. That's only going to make,
exactly.
yeah, it's only going to make everybody else around her look unhinged. And I personally
Right.
think that, and you were talking about the new Becca Scoops video is going to be about something that she discovered.
Yeah.
She did a really deep dive on Gypsy and Melissa Moore and their connection, and something about Melissa Moore that she said is going to
That's
absolutely
what it was.
drive us crazy.
Yes. Thank you. That's what it was. And you know what? I knew it was about somebody, but I couldn't remember who it was.
Yeah, no, it was Melissa Moore and the
Yeah.
connection between her and Gypsy.
Well, yeah. And that Melissa Moore is not all that she's cracked up to be, apparently. Apparently,
I
who knows? She could be the spawn of the devil himself, right?
Apparently she's like the daughter of the happy face serial killer.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. And she's
I
got a
don't
show coming out about it, a movie.
Yeah, isn't it that one called Happy Face or something?
Yep.
I think
Yep.
it's already out, and supposedly Gypsy was plugging it, to get people to watch, because on her own, she's not getting very much traction. So she's riding on Gypsy's coattails.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess she figured to Gypsy, look, I got you where you're at. Now you can do a little back for me, right?
I think so. I think that's the uh,
The
idea.
gist of it.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but I think also Melissa Moore, there's some shadiness going on there, and I think maybe Becca Scoops might have found some stuff that she knows that we would be very interested to know about,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that would.
I can't wait till it comes out because I love Becca Scoops and I love that she can do these deep dives because her husband was a retired police officer or detective, and he
Yeah,
probably knows people where he can get that kind of info. Whereas
yeah,
the
and
rest of us just got to sit and wait.
yeah, and honestly, here's the thing also, and I don't know, but if you know anything about the whole Trixie Lane crap that went on.
Trixie Lane. Oh,
Did you
yes,
hear about?
yes, yes. Pretending to be a Canadian movie star or something?
Well,
Or a
she
country
was
singer?
apparently a catfisher. Yeah, she apparently is one of those catfishing people, and
Oh.
yeah, she was pretending to be this Canadian like singer or something.
She could
And
pretend all she wants. I'm Canadian. I didn't even know who the hell Trixie Lane was.
well, I mean, sh- she inserted herself into the Gypsy Rose crime, the case. She basically said, "Oh yeah, I knew Gypsy Rose growing up," and she told wild stories about being in the hospital in the emergency room, and overhearing Gypsy threatening to tell a tell everybody that a doctor SA'd her if he didn't give her pain pills. And
Oh.
she said she overheard that. Later, we find out that that wasn't the case, and that there's another, I guess, so-called creator named. And they've been on Morbid's panel too a few times. Actually, he was a reoccurring panel member, but uh, he did something stupid, and it turns out that he and Trixie Lane were actually boyfriend and girlfriend in real life. And when they were outed, she took down her channel and changed it to something else. And he completely took down his channel, and his name was Injustice for All.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I hate that I know all this stuff. I really do.
I know it too. That's the problem. But I try not to like get myself caught up into that stuff because I don't even know who he was before. So knowing who he
Right.
is now is not really going to make much difference for me. I
Yeah,
just
I
know that he
know.
was on Sir Morbid's panel every now and then, but I had no idea who he was.
Well, he was a reoccurring panel guest, and Trixie is um Trixie's a little bit closer to Toddy One Skip, and
Okay.
she's been on Toddy's live before and a couple of times. And the whole thing is just crazy to me that she would insert herself in Gypsy Rose's case. Like,
Right.
did she have to do that? Did she have to lie and just muck everything up and make it more convoluted?
Well, I have no idea, but I mean, you're getting a lot of people that just want in on it because they want to make a name for themselves, whether they have to steal somebody else's or not.
Yeah,
Or
the
whether they have
clout.
to do, yeah, for clout or to just, try to make money off of the whole situation. You know what I
Right.
mean? I didn't
Right.
start my channel wanting to make all kinds of money. I started my channel because I didn't like what I was seeing happening when it
Yeah.
came to her getting out and Nick staying in, and she's not getting, these parole violations are not getting hammered as the way they should be.
Well, you know why?
Um,
It's because she had Mike Stanfield cleaning up her messes behind the
oh,
scenes. So
exactly, exactly.
she,
But I mean, at some point, he can't cover them all. You know what I mean? And
no.
everybody's got pictures and videos and stuff like this. So I mean, it's hard.
And something
And
tells me he's going to get called out for his dishonesty, and I hope and pray he gets disbarred, um because he's just a snake all around. But he's been cleaning up Gypsy's messes for years, and they threw Nick under the bus on purpose. And I feel terrible for Nick. That actually makes me like want to cry. Now I understand. Here's my thing. I completely understand that, and this has been my stance the entire time. Nick is a participant in the crime. He,
mhm,
whether or not he believes he unalived Dee Dee, that's for, that's, I guess, neither here nor there, I guess, at this point. But Gypsy could not wait to throw him under the bus.
yeah,
He asked about her multiple times, and he was so worried and concerned about her, and not one time did she utter one word about is my friend okay, is Nick okay, not one time. And
no, I
then
know.
she tells recaps with Julie the other day that uh oh, well, I testified for Nick because I was trying to do the right thing. And I'm thinking, no, you didn't.
No,
You had no choice. You had to testify. They subpoenaed your ass to go to court and testify at that trial. They had all the evidence they needed against you. The only reason you got your sweet little Disney princess plea deal is because Nick had to go. Someone had to pay that price. And unfortunately, it was Nick that got had to take the heat. And
yeah,
I guess, yes, he did participate in it just as much as Gypsy did.
mm-hmm,
Um, so yes, should he be on the streets? Absolutely not. But I do
no, but
believe that he should be. Now, despite what anyone else thinks, I have been in psych hospitals before. They're not quite as bad as people want to make them out to be. At least they don't do electric shock anymore.
Yeah.
But he needs to be in a psychiatric hospital where he can be supervised and watched over and medicated and maybe even where he can learn some sort of skills. They do teach you things like that. um and no, he should not be on the street, but he should be in maybe a state hospital. And I know they have kind of like the UK has Broadmoor. That's a state psychiatric facility for the criminally insane.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think he is diabolical like Gypsy. I think he was severely taken advantage of and abused. I think he was made out to look like an absolute and total monster, and I don't think that he's that type of person. And I don't think that he had those thoughts at all. I think that it was all Gypsy.
See, I don't think that. I think Nick should be retried with the evidence they have now against Gypsy. I think she should also be retried. And I think if he's allowed to have time served, then yes, I think he should be able to go out and be able to live his life under protection like Gypsy is, like under parole, under supervision. I think he should have to take some counseling and stuff. Yes, I thought Gypsy would have had to take counseling and stuff as
That was
well, but obviously that flew out the window.
that was one of her provisions. She was supposed to take counseling outside during her parole. She was supposed to get a
Exactly.
actual
The
9 to
thing she
5.
did was she only did counseling with Ken.
Huh?
That's the only counseling she ever did.
Well, yeah, but what she doesn't understand is that's not the type of counseling they were talking about.
No, exactly.
No,
Exactly.
like she
You
needs
know?
intensive therapy. This girl is diabolical. She is
Oh, for
insane.
sure.
She is
100%.
literal. Oh yeah, and she is 100% dangerous. A danger to her child if it exists.
Yep.
She's a danger to everybody around her. And you know what? If Christy and Mia are listening, y'all are in danger, because don't think for 1 second that Gypsy's not harboring animosity towards the golden daughter, which would be Mia. Rod
Yep.
stuck around and raised Mia. He stuck around because he loved Mia and raised her. He wanted jack shit to do with Gypsy Rose. uh that was very evident. It
Yeah.
wasn't because Dee Dee kept him away. It was because he literally did not want to be a part of her life. And don't think for 1 second that she's not harboring a lot of resentment deep down, and don't think for 1 second that she's not planning her next uh to reoffend again. She will
Mhm.
reoffend. It's a matter of time.
Yeah. Of course.
Yes.
Yep. I know she will, but I mean, uh, it's hard to explain, but I mean, people got to start going to their elected officials and try to get that Son of Sam law passed. I think right now that's probably the biggest thing people can try to help doing if you want to help at all.
Yeah.
Um, the only thing like I can think about poor Nicholas, I mean, I do feel for him. I have a sister who's autistic, and I know she had
Mhm.
already been scammed by a bunch of friends of hers back in the day for
Oh.
$3,000, $4,000, and that they said that they were going to pay her back, and they never did. And she didn't tell anybody in our family because she was scared we were going to say she was crazy.
Or
And of course, we were going to
embarrassed.
say she was
Yeah.
crazy. So,
Well,
I mean, I feel for him because I know that's what happened. I know that did. Um, she did manipulate him, and it tears me apart because I know how easily they can be manipulated. People with
oh yeah.
autism,
Mhm.
even on the spectrum. My sister was on the spectrum. She has like more like what Nick has, Asperger's syndrome. But
Do they even call it that anymore?
I think they do because there's different names for different levels of autism that you can have. Because my
Oh,
sister,
okay.
like, she's okay on her own, like taking care of herself, put it that way. But taking
Mhm.
care for a household or bills or something like that, that's a different story. So she
Oh,
needs somebody to help her with like paperwork and government stuff and all that kind of things. But she's
yeah.
okay for like feeding herself. She can cook, she can do her own thing, but she just needs help like in that regard. So she will always need that help. And Nick will always need that help in prison or not. He still needs it. Do you think he's getting it? I doubt
No,
it.
absolutely not. No,
I
prison,
doubt
one
it.
thing about prison is that, yes, counseling is offered to anybody and everybody, and whoever wants it, all you got to do is fill out a kite and send it.
Yeah.
Um, Now, if from what I know, I mean, I hope he's getting counseling. Maybe he see, I don't think, see, no one explained anything to him during the trial. No one explained anything to him. He did not have an advocate there with him to,
That's the thing too. He had nobody really to speak on his behalf. They didn't bring in
absolutely
an
not.
expert on autism or nothing. I mean, so I think the way his trial was handled was a big injustice right there.
Oh,
Right
good
there.
God. Yeah, what they did was there was they yeah, Dan Patterson, you committed a very big Brady violation, and I just want you to know that, sir. You
Mm-hmm.
did by
And
not
then
handing
Gypsy's sitting there telling everybody she thought she was on the stand for Nick, not against Nick. And I was like, did you even hear what came out of your own mouth?
I
It did
know,
not
right?
sound like you were for Nick at all. I mean, she did admit to a lot of things that I thought she wouldn't. That I'll give her.
And
But I mean,
and
she put him
what?
under the.
Oh yeah. And why did she lie? I could name every single lie she has ever told. I hate that I know this, but I do. And
Yeah.
I she on the stand she said no, Nick did not SA me, but in her crappy book, her crappy ass memoir, she said Nick essayed me. Well,
Yeah.
which is it, Gypsy? Pick one, pick a struggle and go with it. Stop
Yeah.
lying. You are a liar, a manipulator, and you're a whole entire trash dumpster fire. And
Yep.
people are only watching you to watch you burn. They're not watching you because they love you, and you're not a celebrity, girl. So quit
Not at
thinking
all.
that. I know.
Exactly.
Kim
That kills
Kardashian
me.
don't even want that girl.
No, neither does Taylor Swift.
Oh, I know Taylor Swift and he's wouldn't that have been so fucking hilarious if like Ryan did take Amber J to the Taylor Swift concert? That would have been funny as hell.
Amber J's just playing with Ryan, though. I mean,
Yeah,
people
she,
are on there going, "Oh, you guys make such a good couple and stuff." She goes, "We're not together," but
yeah, I
people
know.
still think they are.
She went up on Morbid and told everyone that she had no interest in dating Ryan.
No, she doesn't. It's just an act. I mean, it's just to have fun, but a lot of people took it serious and think they're actually together.
Well, a lot of people aren't too bright, especially the Gypsy fans.
Exactly. Thank you. And that's why she's all up in arms over there because she believes it.
Yeah, mm-hmm,
She
yeah,
blocked Amber J and everything. I mean, my God, girl, get a grip. You have a man, but you want the other man. But no, and then you want her man, and then you want her man. And oh my God.
she's just so damn. See, she is a whore, and she
Well,
knows
yeah.
it, and everyone in the world now knows it. Gypsy
Yeah.
whore Blanchard.
Well, what is
Uh,
it we used to call them back in the day? There was a name for somebody who was addicted to sex. What was it called?
I don't know, but I call it a backdoor girl, or a
Well, yeah,
side
there's that.
piece, or a
Or on
side
the floor,
piece.
girl.
Right? Yeah. Always
Oh
on
my
her
God.
back. Someone should send
Mm.
her a comfortable pillow because she's always on her back.
Yeah, I'm
No,
surprised she can still walk.
Yeah. No, what I thought was funny is when Ken picked her up and threw her on the bed, kissed her belly, and walked away. That was
Oh, me
hilarious.
too. Oh, she was starting to groan and everything. Oh my God. She thought she was turning him on.
Yeah, she thought she was the shit, but Ken wasn't going to give her shit.
Nymphomaniac. Thank you very much, Diet
Yeah,
Pepsi.
nympho.
Nympho. That's what we used to call
Yep.
them back in the day.
Gypsy, nympho Blanchard.
Yeah, a nymphomaniac. That's exactly what she is. It's like she's addicted to sex. And now she's saying Ken doesn't even give it to her anymore. But girl, that's what happens after you have a baby. You don't have time for that shit no more.
Yeah,
I think I
yeah.
had more sex with my husband in the freaking bathroom than I did in the bed.
No, and
You
that's
needed a
true.
door
Like,
that had a lock on it.
well, yeah, and when I mean, there's a lot going on down there when you
Oh
have a
my God.
baby, and like, you don't want to touch that. No man
Well,
wants to
no,
touch that.
not for the first 6 weeks, man. I'm sorry, but I held a broom between me and my husband for 6 weeks. I had to.
Honestly, I think like Ken and I do have to give credit where credit is due. I see a genuine bond between Ken and Aurora.
Yes, if
If it's
that's the real baby, yes, I do too. He
you know,
seems like he would be a natural father.
I think he would be a good dad, and I think honestly, Ken, if you're listening, get that baby and get out because Gypsy's gonna hurt somebody, and she's gonna go after that baby too.
Yeah,
Because Gypsy wanted to be pregnant for the attention she thought it would give her. She did not want to
yeah,
be an actual mother
yeah.
because she sees how pregnant women are doted over and like and she wanted that. She craves that attention. But you know what?
Oh, she does.
One day, Gypsy, nobody's going to pay any attention to you anymore, and you're going to have to go away, disappear, because nobody wants to be bothered with your bullcrap anymore.
No, no,
Because it's too
I
much
know.
now at this point. We just, I think it's like we need to just concentrate on trying to get Nick help.
Yeah,
Because there are a lot of people, Nick, that believe in you and that want to help you, and not everyone's out to scam you.
yeah.
And
I
I'm
mean, I'm trying to like, I don't know. With my videos, I know it's more like gossip than anything else, what some people think, but I do try to advocate for Nicholas when I can.
Mhm.
It's hard to though when you don't have all the facts. I'm going
Yeah.
through the FOIA papers now, but I mean it's going to take time. There are a lot, and I wanted to start another case. So I'm trying to get all this stuff together. But as soon as I get some of these FOIA papers read, like I said, I started at the very back. I mean, page 401 or whatever it was, and it said there was inconsistencies in this trial. It says that in black and white. So why nobody read that, I don't know. And I should have
Uh
took a screenshot of it when I saw it, but I didn't. I said, "Oh, I'll go back and see it after." And when I went back to little look, I couldn't find it again.
oh,
But I will
wow.
find it. I will.
Actually, the case I'd be interested in hearing is the one about there's a, I guess, a highway or something where in Canada somewhere where it's a serial killer's dumping ground.
Highway of Tears.
There, that one, yeah, Highway of
Yeah.
Tears. I'd be
That
interested to
was a
hear.
lot of Native American women that went missing along that highway. Because back in the day, hitchhiking was second nature to people here. We are
Oh
very
yeah.
trustworthy, not since the 80s, I don't think, but before that, we were.
Hmm.
And hitchhiking was nothing here. And then that's what happens. People were hitchhiking a lot, and then women went missing, and then people weren't reporting them, or they were reporting them, and RCMP wasn't doing anything. And I mean, that if you want to look into a case like that, it's just so much though, because there's been so many people missing, and you'd have to treat them all as individuals. So, I mean, it's very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would need a team. You would need a team to uncover something like that.
Yeah, and there's a creator, a YouTuber in Canada, Edmonton, named Cheryl Dale, and
Okay.
she's in Edmonton, and she's one of my favorite YouTubers. One of them.
Okay.
You're my next one.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I
I
don't mind
watch your
being number.
videos.
As long as I'm in the top 3, I'm good.
Yeah, you're definitely in the top 2. But yes, no, I listen to, I watch all your videos. Anytime I can catch a video, and this is the first live I've caught, so I'm like super excited about it.
Oh, it's only my
But yeah,
second live, so
right, I know, and I'm like, oh, I caught it, yay! But
well,
no,
I tried to give people ample time this time because last time apparently when I went on, I was just testing the Steam Streamline thing,
oh,
and I
StreamYard,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, and I just went on. I didn't really give anybody any chance, but at least this time I gave everybody like an hour, 2 hour chance. But it's always
Yeah.
there if anybody misses anything and you want to watch it again. It's always on the channel. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm
yeah.
kind of what you would call, I guess, the replay crew. Like I always, if I don't catch it at the time you drop it, I will eventually watch it during that day.
Oh, good.
It, yeah, and I get all the notifications. I haven't gotten. In fact, I just got one across my phone for Alice Down the Rabbit Hole.
Oh, she just put one out. Oh, I got to go see it too.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I couldn't catch the whole thing, but I did see it was from Alice Down the Rabbit Hole.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm interested to see what she put out. I listened to her, you, um, like, I mean, God, definitely, I do like Morbid and, oh, Case. I don't know if you've heard Case.
Ace, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Case Studies. Yeah, I
yeah,
love his videos are hilarious.
yeah. He's funny.
Yeah.
I watch him
If you're
too.
interested, you should check out Winebox Poppy.
I've seen him
Yes,
too. Yeah, yeah. Um,
everyone, go to
everybody throws
Winebox
names
Poppy.
at me to go watch people, but they don't understand. That's all I do is watch other creators.
Oh, well, no, I
I'm
didn't know that you.
nonstop. Yeah, no, I nonstop watch them. Like my TV's on, never off. My TV is never off. It's
See,
always on YouTube. And so I put my channels the way I like them, and they play one after the other, so I don't have to keep going searching.
oh, trust me, Winebox Poppy roasts Gypsy Rose, and it's
Yeah,
gonna
I
get
heard.
even more
I
hilarious now
heard.
that he's probably going to be a reoccurring guest on Morbid's panel now.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy, he called a Gypsy a he, at one point he called her a toucan Sam because of her big ass nose before surgery.
Oh my
uh,
God.
and a cunt with fat tits.
Oh my God. Well, see,
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
mean,
go to those extremes by saying those kind of words or anything, you know that. But I
well,
mean,
you
I let
wouldn't,
the
but
F word bomb go a couple times, but that's as far as I go.
well, yeah, but I see me, I want to get to the point where I had to drop TikTok because I was getting a lot of crazy men who only wanted to scam me and get look for wives and sugar
Mm.
that and all of that, and I'm like, no, go away. That's the
I just
only kind of
delete and
follow.
block, delete and block. That's all you got to do is delete and block, delete and block.
Yeah,
Don't
but
even open it up.
it started to get to be too much. I mean, at one point I had 400 and something, over 400 followers,
Mm-hmm.
and they were all horny men or catfishing, and I'm just like, it got to be too much. So I'm gonna try and go over on YouTube at a later date and make my own channel. But yeah, I want to get into true crime and different topics. But yeah, you've heard of Cutting Board Dawn?
Yeah,
Well, right now
yeah,
apparently she's going through some major stuff and was in the hospital yesterday.
yeah. I saw that. I saw
Yeah,
that.
I felt so
Oh,
bad for her. Like, yes,
yeah.
Gypsy, there's more to life than just you. So I'm sorry. I got to roast Gypsy every minute I get because
I
I
know.
can't stand that little midget.
Hey, don't put a bad name on midgets.
Oh, well, no, just her. No, she's the only bad midget. All the other short little people, they're called little
Little
people, but
people, yes, little people.
They're little people. She's a whole ass midget.
She's a whole ass something, all right.
Yeah,
She's
she
a
needs
whole ass
to.
something.
I think they should have. They really should have
Well, apparently
sterilized
she
her.
wanted to start an Only's fan channel.
Oh, I thought she was too classy for OnlyFans. That's
Well,
what
only
she
because
said
the
yesterday.
Only's fans club said that they didn't want her there. And
Oh,
that's when
really?
she said she's too classy not to be there.
Oh, even OnlyFans
They
denied
didn't
her.
want her there. Yeah, they didn't want her there either. And then she had to badmouth them by saying she was too classy to be on there. But she did try. She did try.
See,
And see,
now
and this was
Gypsy,
another reason why I
do you,
think her and Ken are not together. Why would she try something like that if her man's sitting right next to her?
oh, you mean to go on OnlyFans?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have a
I would.
feeling they're only together for that baby. I don't think they're together.
You know what? Okay, see, here's the thing. If that's not a real baby, why would he torture himself like that by staying with her?
Money.
Money. Well, yeah, but at some point that money is going to dry up, and then he's
Then he'll
actually
leave.
going to. Yeah, yeah.
Then he'll leave. Yeah,
I mean, he right now, what I see is she's buying his love and affection.
yeah,
With the cars and the house. I don't know if that's
yeah.
a rented house or a bought house or whose house that
I'm
actually.
pretty sure I have the clip that says that they got accepted for the
Yeah,
mortgage.
it
I'm
just.
going to check it out because somebody else asked me about did they say mortgage or did they say lease? But I'm pretty sure it said mortgage. Um, I can't see them being all up in arms and happy about a lease when he's had an apartment before and that had to have been a lease. So, I mean, it has to be a mortgage.
And she said, "Oh, I want my daughter to grow up here." So.
Yeah, but then when he said we got accepted for the house for the lease and she was for the mortgage and she was like, "You mean you got accepted?" So she had to
Yeah.
correct him. And it's
Well,
like, why are you correcting him? Everybody knows you're going to live with him when you're off parole.
well, here's the thing. I think I think she's been living with him this entire time. I don't think that she has actually been in cutoff with her family because, number one, her parole officer is a loser and doesn't check in on her ever. And the first time she went off of social media, she it was because she got in trouble by her parole officer. It wasn't for any other reason than because she got in trouble. Now this and the whole thing about her and Bree doxing people,
Yeah.
I don't know where that's gonna go because I haven't heard anyone speak about that. Not Toddy, not Becca. Nobody's been speaking on that since it happened.
Really?
So I don't know if that's even going to come to fruition.
Well, I did hear Toddy speak about it that Bree got served.
That's as much as I heard, though.
Yeah, that's as much as I've heard too. I think they can only say so much because they got to keep it for court.
Yeah, I guess they probably don't want to jeopardize the integrity of the
A
case.
case,
Maybe,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So I would imagine that they would have to keep some things close to their chest. But
yeah, exactly.
and I don't know, but I do know because I'm a Californian. Um, our laws are extremely strict when it comes to doxing, and
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah,
yeah, Bree and Gypsy, they're both going to be in big trouble because both Becca is California. I don't know where Toddy is. I think she said New York. But
yeah,
I don't know about Toddy's case, but I do know about Becca being here in California. She's a couple of hours away from me, but um yeah, I she I don't know how that's going to work if they're found guilty and they have to do some time. I don't know if they're going to have to do if she's going to have to go back to Missouri. I don't know where Bree would go, and I think Bree would be um uh transferred here to California to do time. I don't really know, but I would think that because as far as I know, Bree's never been in jail before or in prison as far as
No,
I
she
know.
does have something on her record, but I'm not sure what it is.
Mhm.
I heard somebody say she did have something on her record, but I mean, it wasn't anything major. I think it was something minor, but
Yeah, well, see, Gypsy's got the convicted unaliving, so I think that she would either have to go back to Missouri where she was originally paroled from, um, or she might have to come here to California because Becca Scoops is here. The victim, Becca, is in California.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
That's true.
I don't really know how that's going to work out, but I do know she's got two parole officers because of interstate compact. Yeah, because she had to go immediately from Missouri back to Louisiana because at the
Yeah,
time she was married to Ryan and she had to go back with him and he was a Louisiana resident.
yeah.
So I don't know, but I'm hoping something comes about with those two cases, and I wish Toddy and Becca the best of luck. I hope they get
Yeah, me too.
justice.
Me too. But
Yeah,
I think them picking on Becca, I mean, was just bad judgment on their part. I mean, look at all the stuff she's got people behind her that can actually help her with that. And Bree, what has she got? Gypsy's
Snow.
lawyer? She doesn't even have Gypsy's lawyer, I don't think.
Honey, Gypsy wouldn't even help her pay her electric bill, so I don't think she's
There
gonna.
you go. See?
She'll probably have a public defender, public pretender, as we call them.
Yeah, same here.
But
Same here. Yeah.
yeah, but I don't think that. I think they're probably going to be in some trouble because I don't think Toddy is the type of person, from what I see from her videos, and she can get extremely worked up about certain things that really get under her skin, and I can understand that. But
Yeah.
I don't think Toddy is the one to mess with. I think that she knows because she's worked with inmates, she's been in the
Well, yeah,
prison
she was a
system.
prison guard. Yeah.
Yeah, she worked with
Yeah.
firsthand with prisoners, so she knows. And I really do not think that Bree should. That was a bad move on Bree's part, a really bad
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
Uh, but I do, truthfully, I don't like Bree. I'm not a fan of Bree, but I feel bad in the end because I do know that when Gypsy dumps her, she's gonna have a complete and total a psychiatric meltdown because she thinks that Gypsy is her bestie and lifelong bestie, soulmate, whatever. But Gypsy is nobody's best friend but Gypsy's.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah. So
She's
that yeah.
she
So
only looks
that's
out for
kind of
number one. That's it. She doesn't even look after her own kids. She's only out for number one.
definitely, yeah. She's not even trying to help out Aurora.
No.
And I mean, if I could take sweet little Aurora and get custody of that little girl, I would because I don't want to see Gypsy, uh, you know, just totally ruining that child.
Yeah, I know.
And
It's ridiculous.
yeah, I
I'm
just
just praying it is a doll, like I'm thinking all along, even though I think that even if she did have a real baby, I have a feeling that she would get a doll too to use when the baby's not with her so that she can make it look like the baby's always with her. You know what I
and
mean?
that is just the kind of thing Gypsy would do. That is totally Gypsy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only she would come up with something like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Nothing ever, when it comes to Gypsy Rose Blanchard, nothing is ever simple, black or white. There's always more to it.
No, but the only problem with her little scams is that they're so easy to detect. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She doesn't make it so that she covers her tracks or anything. She doesn't really care if she covers her tracks. She just does things and then denies it afterwards and expects everybody to be okay with it.
Right. And did you see the picture of her? Someone got a picture of her pushing the stroller, and she was with Ken,
Yeah,
allegedly.
that was at the mall. Yeah.
Okay, so somebody said, and I think it was either straight out of context, or I'm not exactly sure who it was, but I thought it was straight out of context that said that she was actually wearing a girdle. Oh no, it was Nadatha Walker.
How
That
could you tell?
Nadatha, that's what Nadatha said in her video, that she
Yeah,
was
I
wearing.
know, but when you see the video of them walking into the mall, Gypsy's wearing this big baggy dress, like she got it from the Waltons,
Oh, I
right
guess.
almost down to her ankles. You can't even see anything under it. How can you tell if she's wearing a girdle?
Well, I guess there was that a little pudge or something that you can tell. I've worn one in the past, so there's like this
So have
little.
I, yeah, yeah. But they, they suck in one thing and they let out something else.
Yeah. They sucked that one part in, but then you got another bulge over here. So
Exactly. Then you got like boobs going on.
yeah, right. But I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. So no, it was actually Nadatha, one of Nadatha's videos that said she said, "Girl, it's a girdle." Um, but
I don't know.
because
To me, in that video, to me, it looked like Gypsy was the same size she was before she got pregnant. All
she
right.
was the
Now,
same
in that other
size.
one that she showed with her in front of the door where she's supposed to be skinny and tall, that's doctored.
Okay, I couldn't tell the difference. I don't know what anyone was talking about. I was trying to look and figure out what people were talking about by like, you mean like photoshopped?
Oh yeah, big time.
See, I couldn't figure out what people were talking about though. Like
And you
what?
can tell because at the very corner of the picture, there's a door. And for some reason, at the very end of the door, the bottom part, it bends. Now, what door do you know bends?
Good point. Yes.
Right? So, I mean, she
Yeah.
doesn't even know how to cover her own tracks. It's just humiliating at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
secondhand embarrassment is it's all over.
I mean, I think at this point, it's safe to say Nick is a lot smarter than Gypsy is.
Oh, God, yes.
Way smarter than
Yes.
Gypsy.
He has
Yeah.
a clue.
Yeah. He has
She
a
does
clue, and
not.
yeah, he has a clue, and she has a toothbrush.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, I'm going to have to end this live. I got to go help with supper. So I'd like to thank everybody for showing up, and thank you very much, Kim, for showing up on my live with me.
Yeah.
And I
Thanks
hope
for
you
having
come
me.
back another time.
Definitely.
All right, we'll do this again real soon. Maybe next week. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely.
All
So,
right, thanks
bye,
everybody.
everybody, down in the chat.
Thanks. All right, bye, Kim.
Bye, RoeRed.
All right, thanks everybody for coming, and I appreciate you all. And now we're all gonna slip on over to see Alice Down the Rabbit Hole's new video after I get my supper. All right, bye. Bye, guys.